This is going to be the Twitch. I am in the Twitch. Twitchy.
Okay, note to self, get better in coding.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Ooh.
Okay, that was an intro, I guess.
Yeah, sorry about anybody who watched that intro. Sorry about that. That's encoding intro on my part. I'm going to let Zach take it away from here.
Go, Zach, go.
So, welcome back, everyone. It's been 2 weeks. How are we all feeling?
Good.
Yay!
I live.
I will inform everyone that Isoba will not be joining us tonight. They are sick.
No.
Now that we have no healer, time to be extra reckless.
Yes.
Y'all have like
No
17 healers in a
healer.
6-person party.
Hey, Shoba, what? What?
Are
Nothing.
you okay?
Nope.
Work that accent out.
Nope.
Just get into it.
So, kind of had a piece of candy on my tongue when I tried that. I almost died choking on a piece of candy. We're just gonna ease into this one.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, we'll figure it out eventually. But what I was going for was to suggest that Isoba maybe go inside with the wounded and tend to them while we go do other things.
Funny enough, the only person that could have been wounded, to my own chagrin.
Sure, someone else has been wounded somewhere.
They're
Household
burning them at the
accidents.
moment.
That's true.
I'm not dead yet. So, would anyone like to do a recap?
The bird did bird things. Everybody else fought zombies.
Yeah.
Good
Our
recap.
underpants. Fought zombies in our underpants.
In
Yes.
underpants. Remind me when last session started. Did we start off in the jail, or did we start off at the docks and then our fungal druid got into a fight, then we ended up in the jail? Was that all one session?
That was
That
all
was
one
all
That
session.
was
session,
all
yes.
one wild ride.
That was
Y'all went on a trip.
we did
And
things.
We were at the jail, and then the guy that actually started the fight started turning into some sort of undead zombie sort thing while he was tied to a chair. I don't think he actually died first. It just kind of happened. It was
Killed
pretty.
by the change. So
Actually, I think he was killed by bludgeoning to the head.
Wow.
things did happen.
I thought we set him on fire and cooked him in the seat.
There was a number of events that caused his demise. Massive blood loss from basically ripping his own hand off. So yeah, nasty stuff. We did kill a couple of the zombie things. We did basically watch a person save themselves from the zombie things. I think we did a quick circuit like around the tavern inn where we were staying, and there weren't any immediate zombie things. but I don't remember the situation in the town. Is the town like full riot mode?
Roll a perception check.
If it's full riot mode, do I need the perception check? I feel that's.
Roll a perception check. No.
Damn.
You do hear the pounding of feet against cobblestone as some guards are currently running towards you guys. Other than that, you do not see any other signs of combat or struggle with the city.
And I believe we all got away mostly unscathed. Artoria, you were kind of in the buff, so like, did you get chewed on? I don't remember.
I either got healed or I just didn't take that much damage. I don't remember which.
Okay.
Either way, I'm good.
I remember them rolling like crap.
They rolled terrible. Which is why I now have all of these wonderful dice next to me.
Sure. Is what we thinking that we shall get, dressed and then see what's going on in the towns?
As he's saying this,
that
Snap
is
is
a
climbing.
fantastic idea.
Snap is climbing the rope back into his room.
Oh,
Snap is just arriving back with you guys now as guards are starting to approach.
I vaguely remember last time that Prudence rode her grappling hook back up to start getting dressed.
Yep.
You're all in the process of either burning corpses or getting decent. It's only been about maybe 3 minutes since the combat, which would be great timing for guards to arrive had combat not only lasted like 20 seconds.
Oh, take your time, guys. We a highly effective force of zombie containment. Here, so we have this all under control. But thank you for checking in.
You see, it's two dwarven. You can't really tell gender. They're in full gear with helmet, weapons drawn, shields out. The other one is taller, either elven or human. You can't tell particularly. I'm sorry. We heard screaming coming from down the road a ways. What's happened here? As one of them is now looking at Isoba and Artoria next to a pile of burning bodies.
Yes. Has you spoken with the guard captain, whose name I remember, and then Shay?
That would be, and I will find his name for you.
Yes, that fellow. Has you spoken with him about the incident that took place earlier today with the fellow who just turned into a zombie?
What? And
Apparently
then one
not.
of the other guards taps. There was an incident at the barracks.
Yes.
You see the taller gentleman take a step back and almost, as the information seems to hit him like a blow to the chest. The guard captain is Gunther Steelhook, by the way.
Yes, Gunther. He was to be arranging for any who was afflicted to be gathered and observed. It seems that these individuals was missed in that investigation. If you can hold on just a moment, the spokesperson of our little company is getting less comfortable.
I'm going to assume you're talking about Artoria.
I'm talking about one of the two talkers who are upstairs getting dressed.
Artoria is currently burning
Prudence-
bodies.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
her-
Never mind.
and her
Artoria is
skivvies.
still in her skivvies.
Prudence
burning
will,
bodies.
like, when she's done, like, just ride her grappling hook back down. It's just like, it's faster. Just like, she has it.
But As you can see, she does prefer to make an entrance. What you doing, Prudence?
Well, I was getting dressed. What are you guys doing?
Well, Artoria is taking care of the infected bodies, and Isoba is pondering the Aether as he does. And I stalling for time, and thankfully I does not have to do that anymore, as you is now here. Gentlemen and ladies, this is Prudence. She will be happy to answer any questions while I runs away.
She'll just do like this like little like smile and curtsy, even though she doesn't wear any sort of dress. But snap her tail back and forth.
Prudence, he watches one of the dwarven guards starts heading over towards Artoria and Isoba, while the other two still have their weapons out, although not aggressive towards you, and seem to be waiting for a better explanation.
Well, we were inside. Most of us, I think, were asleep, and then there was screaming, and we come out here, and there were two people. One was getting eaten, and one was trying to run away, if I'm remembering correctly, out of character.
3.
Yes. 3, okay.
Yeah, 2 got eaten, 1 was running away.
That's right, that's right.
Yes. There were creatures of a not exactly living anymore sort, as far as we could tell, making a meal out of a couple people. Someone did manage to get away and run screaming. They would probably, hopefully, have a better explanation as to what happened exactly. But
As
from
you
what
say
we
that,
were able to see,
as you say that, you watch the dwarf hit the taller gentleman and point down the road, and the taller one starts to head down the way you point to see if they can find.
If they went that way, and
to see
she
if they can find the
points,
other one.
and there might be a trail of. But yes, there were 2 people that unfortunately didn't make it, and the executive decision was made to burn them along with the already undead people, in the event they might stand up on their own again shortly thereafter.
And at this point, Artoria, you watch as the other dwarven guard walks over and just kind of, he's got a spear, and he just starts to kind of push some of the burning bodies around to see what he can determine from the barbecue you guys have now made. Well, they ain't lying. Got 6 bodies here.
Why
No,
would we
7, I think.
And one was bigger than the others, I think, or different.
One was significantly more lithe than the other ones. He wasn't particularly bigger, but he seemed to be more built.
The rogue is taking a trip around the.
It's Paladin. He just wants to go sniff everywhere.
Roll a investigation check for Paladin.
Paladin's hunting undead. Yeah, Paladin's not good at investigation, though.
Oh. You would think he would be, considering dog.
Intelligence 4. So
Yeah. Paladin gets dirt up his nose.
oh, Paladin.
He spends a bunch of time trying to knock it, trying to clear his nose. There's a lot of coming off the side.
Paladin, you're embarrassing me in front of the guards. Come on, stop it. And Rogue's like hanging off the front of the dog, trying to like clear his muzzle. Well, seems that Paladin has cleared this particular area and indicates there is no more of the undead immediately present.
And you watch as the dwarven guard puts his weapon away, and the other one rejoins him. We are going to ask you to stay here for the night, and our guard captain will come to fetch you in the morning. This is becoming more than we have the manpower for, to be honest. Thank you.
Is this happening around more the city? Village?
If
This
it
is the
is,
first-
we need to know.
This is the first case of undeath breaking out. We've had incidents of violence, but nothing like this.
Well, as it so happens, we is available for hire. And Prudence can provide you with the reasonable rates which we charge.
That's something to speak to probably the Margrave about.
Well, certainly. But I mean, just in case there happens to be an emergency, I wouldn't want you to have to pay the emergency rate. That would be unfortunate. Sure, you may wish to.
We will help you. Don't
Oh.
listen to my little goblin friend.
Artoria,
When it comes to undead, that is a problem
that you can get paid for solving.
though it is not necessary.
Oh,
And Artoria, the back of your mind is burning as you look at these corpses.
Hmm. Not happy.
And you all look over and you can see, normally you can't see them unless she summons them in battle, but you can see in the shadows that are cast off Artoria from the campfire, the pyre.
Pyre, campfire.
I'm tired and I'm going to mix up words. Brace yourselves, y'all. You see the faint outline of Artoria's skeletal wings just peeking at her back.
And nothing to see here, folks. Moving along.
We will return in the morning with the guard captain.
Well, what do you want us to do for today?
Sleep if you can.
Isn't it still? Oh no, it's like 4 a.m.
It is like
That's right.
3 in the morning.
I don't know why I kept thinking it was like normal morning. Okay.
No, it is dark. Y'all are tired.
Hmm.
Actually, no. Hold on. Math. No, it would be maybe 5 a.m. The sun was starting to peak up, just breaking the skyline as Snap returned.
So why don't we all go get some sleep and Isoba can stand watch?
I can do that.
That was really good.
This is one of the accents that I can do well.
So Rogue will head upstairs and recover all of his items that he lost on the way being dragged down by Paladin.
There is, in fact, a trail of clothing leading from the doorway all the way to your room.
He's picking up bullets, scooping up little piles of gunpowder. He's got like little bits and gears and things that he's picking up along the way. A sock here, a piece of underwear there.
You collect 3 socks, and you're concerned is why you picked up 3? Because you left with 2?
Yes, but it's funny because I only has one. But
And then you remember, oh yes, my gun sock.
yes, of course, the gun shock.
Got to keep the weapons warm at night, man.
Yes, warm and moist. Otherwise, you don't get that lovely patina.
Prudence just has a minor panic attack and she doesn't know why.
Prudence, you just hear glass breaking. Oh, there's the episode title: Warm and Moist.
Oh,
Um,
show off to bed, I go. I think Snap has already crept into bed and is sleeping.
Snap is sleeping. Isoba lowers the flame and puts it out, and the guards, as you all head back into the tavern, the guards begin to start taking care of the bodies. But you all eventually find yourselves into a few more hours of very unrestful sleep. You're plagued by thoughts of what possibly could be happening in this town. Artoria, you particularly, the hair on the back of your neck standing on end.
Door, big mama, you got this.
You're used to necromancy, and you're used to controlled necromancy, and this was not.
That is why I am unhappy.
Prudence, you can't help but continue to hear the sound of glass breaking in your head for the next 2 or 3 minutes as Rogue in his own room prepares his weapons for the next day.
Yeah, it's funny. The dwarves, they make these things so slippery. You got to get a little patina and a little bit of grit on them, so you got a good grip. So when you go for the quick draw, you can hinge onto it.
You're sure somewhere someone is making a mockery of technology.
She's going to be up modif, changing something into something else. One of the things that she has into another, maybe a bit more fire spitting gadget.
Ooh.
Everybody embrace the flame. But you all wake up as the early morning changes to a much more tolerable hour. And you all creep down from your rooms to gather up at a tavern table to speak of your nights. You once again see the rather tired halfling bartender and tavern owner Davin Cole as he comes around, placing cups of coffee and water upon your table.
Is it just me, or is that little halfling fella suspicious?
In what way?
Well, he's all plump and innocent looking. It don't sit right with me.
I think that's just racist.
It's possible.
He's just gonna silent like.
That was the greatest way of realizing you're being racist.
But it doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Just a concerned look from Artoria.
Oh, that is.
She just like sips from her coffee, like, mm-hmm.
Dude, he just keeps an eye. Like, he's up to something.
You see him also drinking coffee.
Roke like gets hold of the sugar bowl or like whatever they've got, and he's like fills the cup up with sugar and adds just enough coffee to dampen it. Spoons it in. Or honey or whatever they've got.
You're all sipping, and you just hear from across the table.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
Artoria.
there's a lot of us going around.
Yeah. Well, Artoria, I was trying to think of a way to breach this particular subject. In that last evening, it appeared that you had wings of undeath.
Yes. I
Yes.
I was, well, as far as I know, when I get particularly heated on a subject, and that subject is very frequently the misuse of necromancy, that happens.
Yes. You may wish to think of a very a plausible and defensible explanation for that particular occurrence, as the guards may wish to ask us about that particular situation.
Well, I have it under control. It's not like it happens when I don't want it to.
At this point, Isoba speaks up and goes, "We have seen her wings before."
Yes, no, it was more of the impression that it may have left with the guards that I was of concerned about.
No, it's part of me. That my wings.
Oh, all
Not that
right.
they're any good anymore.
Yes, well, if you're not concerned about it, then I suppose that's fine.
Do not worry. Though I do understand your concern, I suppose.
Yes, well, I suppose there's not much to do until the guards get here. Then.
Yeah, I just gotta, wait for the guard captain and stop this necromancy. Is there anything we can do?
Oh, hey,
For the day.
we should probably wake up Snap and see how it went with the silver palm hand fellow.
Suppose so. Although I imagine he's the kind of bird that doesn't like being woken up. That's your job. Go have fun. Wake him up.
Hey, Paladin, go get Snap.
Paladin looks at you, looks at Artoria, looks back at you, looks at the stairs, walks over and plops down by the entranceway of the tavern.
I blames you for this. They was a finely trained steed up until you started conversating with them.
And now he is learning other ways, which is, quite frankly, beyond anything I could have ever thought he was possible of. I just used the wing to talk to him because I thought it'd be fun, but then he actually, I don't know, wild.
Yes, he's a little strange.
You talk about him getting a level with Paladin.
suppose nothing to do now but eat breakfast.
And you are provided breakfast, and the halfling approached your table. Look, I heard y'all helped out with that incident outside. I just wanted to thank you and let you know that anything you eat or drink today is on me.
Ah, well, thank you for your kindness.
It's a strange event since my dad or my granddad opened this place. So thank you for keeping the patrons safe.
Of course, it is our duty.
So can I get you anything else?
Well, what else you got?
Meats, eggs, ales. Got Giffy.
Eventually, Prudence is going to come down. She's been working on something, and she doesn't have her grappling hook because as she's actually walking downstairs this time, she's carrying. It kind of looks like it almost wants to be a rifle, but the barrel is just way too big, and there's just weird contraption attached to the side of it, and she has it slung across her lower back for now. She'll come and plop down next to everybody.
Rogue just like leans back and is checking out the thing. Sure, what's that?
You know how you shoot bullets?
Well, it's the gun that does most of the work, but yes.
This thing is gonna shoot fire. I feel like we need a bit of fire.
There's never any harm.
I mean, I haven't tested it yet, so.
There may
She
be
kind of like
some
holds
harm.
both her hands up, like, we'll see.
Well, I must say, if we're going to be testing things that spout fire, I can think of no place better than a town in a dwarven settlement.
Overrun with undead. Possibly.
That is a good disclaimer, yes.
Yeah, sure. I think I'll have some of the bacons and a few eggs and the hams, some breads. It'll wash it now.
Full spread coming up. And he goes to
The most caffeine saturated drink you have.
there is already coffee waiting for you on the table.
Just like, yes. Drinks way too much.
So it seems to have come up a bit blank on the ship aspect. But what is you all thinking of doing about this undead epidemic?
Well, we have to crack it down.
Or, and I just saying, or Thistle Ridge is just over there.
No.
Hambrook, Whitefall, Tara, Corvesh, Valish, Corinthian. A lot of ships in Corethan. Just saying.
This is no longer just a matter about the ships. We are solving the undead problem. I am solving the undead problem. And I would very much like your assistance. All of you.
Yes, well, you keep saying things like we doesn't need to get paid.
Well,
Maybe
that's not the highest priority.
Well, think of it this way. That guy, and she points over to the tavern owner, is like, we killed a bunch of undead. We're getting a whole lot of free food right now. If we get an entire town to love us, you know,
imagine what can happen then, yes.
See, this sort of thing is exactly why Goblin Mash is considered a pure science, and you folks is not.
Well, not being a goblin.
It's okay.
I'm okay with that. But I mean, gold is good, but you could get more than gold with fame.
Eh,
Processing.
Goblin math is more of a
404
immediate
thought
goal.
not found.
well, I can see what you're trying to say. As we did come up rather profitably for delivering a princess. But I was willing to assist in this effort, so long as we understand that eventually fame should be converted to the more gold than it's worth.
Fame is likely to get us more gold. We just got to get the fame part.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Excellent. See, there's these gnomes, and they had a very succinct plan, which involved profit, underpants, and something else. And I doesn't want to be like them. I want to know what all the steps are. So I doesn't want to see fake gold and miss the middle bitch. So.
Well, we are still talking with the guard captain, and I think that'll solve the middle bits.
Yeah, where is Gunther? Is he sleeping in today?
Hopefully he's not caught up in something and not able to make it here.
Well, if you come through the door with that going,
As you all enjoy your lavish, though it's good food. It's comfort food. It's not a royal feast by any means, but it is good, and it is nice to fill your stomachs to whatever point you wish to fill them. In about maybe another half hour, the guards do arrive. Once again, dressed in full gear, and ask you to follow them to the barracks.
Well, showtime.
Lead on then.
snap!
Oh yeah. Should probably wake him up.
Where's the burb?
You see Rogue like counting off paces. Then he takes his lance, turns it around so he's holding it by the point, and slams the butt of it up against the ceiling under where Snap would be sleeping. Snap! Do, 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 do. Snap!
Roll just a straight intelligence check.
Oh dear.
Just let's see if you pick the right area of floor to.
I feel that was a mistake on my part. Eh?
You hit a couple times on the roof, and you hear a voice scream out, "Why'd you stop that banging?"
Sorry,
Above
wrong
you.
room. Takes a few steps over. Bang, bang, bang.
Another intelligence check.
If he goes to do it again, Artoria will just kind of like gently grasp the lance and be like, "There's stairs. Let's use them."
But
Based upon that, he needs to figure out which room Miss Snap is actually in, even when he gets upstairs.
after you. And he gestures for Artoria to proceed.
She'll go and then be like, "Wait, what room was Snap staying in?"
It's probably the only one that's locked.
You mean your bird friend?
Yes.
Oh, he's up on the fourth one, left side.
Well,
Right
thank
side.
you very much, Mr.
Cull. Davin Cull.
And then she'll be on her way to get the bird.
Snap, there is a knock at your door.
Snap is passed the
Snap.
fuck out right now.
Snap is, there is no response, you're knocking.
Hold on one moment. I'm doing this at disadvantage since he's asleep. That's a 10.
Artoria,
A noise roll.
roll an intimidation check.
Okay. Snap!
Okay. So,
The
Roguelike
you-
dives for cover under downstairs.
as you're laying in bed, Snap, there is a knock at your door so loud that you actually jump out and land on the floor, rolling for cover because you're sure the tavern's exploding.
yep, and what Snap is doing is he's popping wind into the basically pocket space, popping him back outside and shocking grasp whatever hit the door.
Roll for an attack. Artoria, are you in your armor?
Retaliation, I see.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if she's in her armor.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
it does
no.
not. You sit there as you slam on the door. You see wind appear. He's just sitting on your shoulder, and you're like, "Oh, it's the owl. Maybe you could get." As a surge of electricity courses through your body, you are thrown to your back, knocked prone from the surge that just coursed through you. You've been tased.
Snap! That was me!
Says it again for good measure.
No!
Well, I smell ozone. Snaps up.
But no, I won't actually do it again.
You hear Artoria screaming, mostly in pain now. I will say that by now you have just enough to consider it a rest enough to not have exhaustion.
Okay. Because otherwise he was going to sleep until early afternoon.
You didn't do a lot of moving on the roof. It was a lot of short resting. So I'll say that you don't have exhaustion. You don't get any spells or anything back, but you can move without being.
Good thing
Exhausted.
shocking grasp is a cantrip.
Yep. Just a heavy bird sigh as the door opens up.
She's just gonna, remain on the ground and glare at him like, why? Why
There's
are you
just
this way?
smoke coming out of the armor.
Snap is going to return the glare and motion his hand for wind to fly back to it. And just nestle wind back underneath of his hood.
Next time, check, please.
Are you sure about that?
And she just smacks her head on the ground like, Oh, you're awake. And the plan is we're going to the gods now. Finally going to make progress on whatever it is that's happening in this town.
You both head back downstairs. The guards look concerned. They didn't before the screaming started.
Don't worry about them. That's just how they show affection.
Right.
Right.
We're gonna take you to the barracks now.
Please do.
And you are led off, all of you, to the barracks. As you arrive, there is an energy to the large building. You see many guards rushing in and out. You see the clanking of you hear the clanking of their weapons and their armor as they move. As you're walked in, you see many people sitting in chairs, talking to different guards. They're all the cacophony of noise starts to fill the air. And you see, standing there watching over all of this is Guard Captain Gunther Steelhope, who, as soon as he sees you all walk in, he just motions you all to follow, and he starts to walk down the hallway into a larger office. As soon as you all walk inside, he closes the door, and now it's you all, the two guards that brought you here, and him. All right. Now, before we begin, I told you that we were going to ask you some questions. I was giving you the benefit of the doubt. I still am. You helped kill those creatures. Now I need to know for sure that you have nothing to do with this. Do not resist this. And you watch as the dwarf reaches down and grabs the holy symbol that hangs off a necklace that adorns his beard and his chest. He lifts it up and it starts to glow in his hands, and as he mutters under his breath and holds his hand out, tracing a few symbols that start to glow like runes in a golden light across the air, the entire room is filled with a warmth. Does anyone want to resist the spell he's casting?
No, that sounds like a bad idea. No reasons. He also has Isoba's helmet, doesn't he? If I remember correctly.
Yes, he does.
You know what? No, Snap's not going to resist this.
Okay. You all feel a warmth take over your body. Now, you're going to all tell me, do you have any involvement that has been going on here? And for the record, you are all under the Zone of Truth spell.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
Well, that's easy. Nope.
Nada.
No.
Isoba shakes his head. All right. Why are you in this town?
We were hunting monsters. Came to get supplies, sell some things. Got caught up in whatever's going on.
That?
You can see a very... And in fact, make an insight check, everyone. Isoba. Rogue and Snap and Isoba, all three of you. There is definitely a seriousness to this dwarf. There's also a deep, deep fear that's tracing through him. Even as he stands there with this firm expression of authority, you see sweat dripping down the sides of his face. You can see fear of not understanding what's happening. And judging by the way this man holds himself and by the way he speaks, you can tell that he doesn't experience this kind of fear very often.
Captain, while I would normally pretend that I cared enough to try and avoid insulting you, situation has rendered me unable to do so. So, you look scared as a little girl right now, and it's fairly obvious. Good news for you, though, is that we happens to have come from the north where this troubles seems to has originated, and would very much like to cause that troubles to go away. So you can rest at ease, as unfortunately this woman over here is far too noble for her own good and is willing to assist you for very little pay and just for the fame, and he makes air quotes. So your best bet is actually just to ask for a favor from her, and don't let her let me speak. I do not like this spiel of yours.
You see him take a long, deep breath, and he reaches into his back pocket. And he pulls out a rolled up piece of paper and places it on the table and rolls it towards you guys. And as one of you open it, you see that it is a copy of one of the bounties. The one that asks for you to discover the cause or culprit of recent disappearing locals. I can't just trust now some bounty hunter is going to find the cause. You're taking this contract on. We pay you the gold in return.
Now, is this the same one that Snap tore down off the bounty board without anybody else noticing?
Snap tore down the one for the thief, I believe.
No, that was the Medusa that he tore down. He was removing it from the bounty board, so
yes,
didn't see it.
Yes, it was Medusa. No, this is a different one.
Okay.
This is specifically, the Medusa was specifically for a witch of the forest. Make your quotes there. This is for something different. This was a reward of 1,000 gold for the culprit or reason behind people disappearing.
Mm.
Beyond that, last night I received a missive from the Margrave. He would like to speak with you all. So, I'm going to take you into the keep in the center of our fine city, and you're going to speak with him.
As you wish. Well, as he wishes, I suppose.
There's another long sigh from the dwarf, and he drags his thumb and index finger across his eyes and pinches the bridge of his nose. be a problem if they didn't take every soldier they could up north. Dealing with the hand that dealt with, I suppose. Do you have any business before we're going to depart?
Look around at party members.
No.
I can't think of nothing that wouldn't be insulting or otherwise taking advantage of you. I still do not like this spell.
Good. Follow me. And you feel the spell fade as he reaches to open the door again. The captain leads you back down the hallway and out of the barracks. And you're walked towards the harbor. And as you're walking, you're noticing that the large wood and stone walled off keep is starting to become more and more in view. Eventually, you find yourselves directly in front of large iron gates to a, while not massive by any means, a large and well-secured castle. Two soldiers stand at the head of the gate, their armor matching neither the armor of the guards of the city nor the soldiers of Dimladar. Instead, they are dressed mostly in gold. A bright, shining scale mail, with a helmet of a large, to be shaped as a large, jagged-toothed creature. As I see the guard captain, the gate is slowly opened, and you're allowed entry without a word.
No, Prudence kind of leans in a bit. It's just like, that's a bit much, isn't it?
Yes, but don't let you on. It actually makes them easy targets. So,
Those are gods of Evendar, not the town. The beast that made it. And you suddenly all recall the large dragon statue that sits in the middle of this town.
How large was that statue again?
Pretty big. It was about 20 feet tall.
I'm assuming 20 feet on all sides then?
Yeah, except for the tail that swings out another maybe 10.
Okay.
Two more guards flank the walkway on the well-kept lawn. Another two stand before the front door that leads inside. They open the door quietly, letting you in. You're led through well-adorned, although a bit gaudy, decored keep. Moving quickly, the guard captain leads you past hallways and rooms. His gait is hurried until you're eventually brought to two large red-painted doors. As he pushes them open, the first thing you see is a large window upon the opposite wall. It stares out over most of Evendar. Staring out that window is a tall individual. Long pointed ears and long silver hair on his head. He's wearing blue robes that trail all the way down past his feet. As he turns, you can't quite tell if this is a man or a woman. But they look upon you with striking eyes and open their hands. Welcome. You must be the travelers I've heard so much about.
Oh, yes. Apparently we is being paid in fame.
The elf cocks their head to the side. Paid in fame. How interesting. Please come in, sit. And he motions to, there's several chairs and a long couch set up.
Uglish, I was expecting you to be doing the talking as I was sort of anticipating a dwarf. Who amongst us is the best for dealing with knife ears?
I think
I
we've
think
learned I'm
process
not
of
good with
elimination.
dealing with
Snap
anybody.
is going to speak up fluent Elvish.
Is you what?
It is a pleasure to meet you.
You hear the elf respond in Elvish. Ah, it is unusual to see one of your kind speak. And he bows his head lowly.
I have had plenty of time among your people. Plenty of time to learn the language.
It is wonderful that you have. And he turns to the rest of you and in common he says, I personally welcome you to Evendar. Although I wish the reception would have been far warmer than the death and the blood you have experienced within our city.
Snap.
He'll look
Never
towards
mind.
the goblin.
Yeah. So apparently, snap. I was not anticipating that.
Did he's looking at you for a moment, then looks back towards the elf.
You see the elf is just standing there with a smile waiting for you all to sit.
Well, we're certainly glad that you've taken an audience with us. And Artoria will take a seat, I suppose.
And I think for the first time since Snap has joined this party, he will actually willingly take his hood down as he sits.
Rogue
You,
dismounts, waddles over, hops up on a couch and sits. Paladin right in front of him.
You are all an odd collection. These are odd times. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Margrave Shadal Norsalor. And I will give you that name in chat.
Nope, I'm gonna guess.
I know you are. That's why I'm going to give you the actual name in chat.
I already forget the last name. There it is.
Now, is this a name that Snap might have heard of prior?
Given Snap's background, yes. Not the first name, the last name is familiar to you.
Okay.
My family has been the head of ruling these lands since the days of the ancient golden dragon that founded it. It was he who placed upon our family the duty to protect all who reside here. He motions his hand out as if to ask you what all your names are.
Well, I'm Prudence. Nice to meet you. Just not particularly comfortable. But not she's not comfortable, but she's not actively displaying that.
I am Artoria. And she'll give just like like a head nod or something. I was about to say bow, but she's sitting, so wouldn't quite work.
The head turns to you, Rogue.
Which, I am General Rogue of Shanshol, also, General-elect of the Kingdoms to the North, pending, validation by the, Princess of the, Kingdoms to the North. This here is Paladins, and, he is, a fine and noble mastiff, if a bit, troublesome at times. And, we is, at your service there, Margrave. Rogue like elbows, og.
Isoba bows his head. I am Isoba, and I am a priest of Fathus.
Oglos will speak up and introduce himself as the newest member of the party, as a cleric from Dimlodar.
The eyes scan over all of you. A very interesting collection indeed. I have business I would have of you. Perhaps employment. As you have heard, there are many strange happenings throughout my city. We are the gateway to the north in these lands, and I fear what is happening north is spread to my people. Violence breaks out amongst civilians, and now hosts of undeath claim some. Gnolls patrol my borders and my beaches. They attack those on the southern road He looks to Gunther, and the dwarf nods his head. And recently, the burial place, a modest plot of land where my ancestors lay, has been desecrated. I do not believe that these incidents are unrelated. There is a source. There is a being working against us. Everyone roll a perception check.
I need to roll one for wind as well. Is this relying on hearing or sight?
This is sight.
Wow, that's a lot of nines.
That is advantage for wind, and let me do normal for me.
So, Snap and Wind both notice as the elf speaks, and they have very fair skin, very pale. But as they speak and they talk of the plights of the land, you notice as their intensity grows, there's a shimmer underneath their eyes, and at the sides of their neck as it fades into their robes. Scales. Gold scales. Normally, I would deal with these problems myself. But my eye must stay trained northward. These infiltrators sweep beneath my sight, while I have to maintain my focus on the greater threat. That is why I need the likes of you. To suss out the small, while we handle the large. I will not ask you to do this for free, or for, and he looks at Rogue, simply fame. There will be a reward for you, beyond just what the postings and the bounties call for. Protect my people, and I shall pay unto you all the sum of 10,000 gold pieces.
Excuse us for just a moment there, Your Graveness.
They hold up a hand and they lift a single finger. And I will gift to you, if you can find it, an artifact given to my ancestor by Evandar himself. He lowers the finger and allows you all to speak.
Yeah. Just one moment. Hey, Snap. Give me Snap.
Snap looks back over at Rogue.
Yeah, no, yeah. All right. So here's what I'm
Then
thinking.
starts perceiving through wind to keep an eye on the elf.
So, if you remembers, there is a particular difficulties that this town is having that could be resolved if we had access to a ship with no questions asked, their Graveness over there seems like the type that might be able to prefer us a ship with no questions asked. And that would eliminate one problem right off the bat there. Now just 10,000 golds. I mean, that's fine and all, but that seems like one of them long-term sort of goals. You think you could frame that up in your elfie speak? Snap, is you able to understand me, Snap?
Snap nods.
Okay. Just checking, cause I didn't know that you understood the Elvenge.
What is Margrave's reaction to Rogue bringing all of this up?
He's trying and failing to pretend like he's not hearing all of it.
Hmm. Snap will drop out of perceiving through when look back at Margrave. So what say you to his proposition?
And he responds in Elvish. A ship is not something that I can provide. Unfortunately, any ship that we had is currently in the service of Dimladar at the moment, keeping the shores safe from a watery incursion.
Snap will nod.
I
Look back at-
can perhaps assist you in acquiring one. Though it would be a bit of a journey. What would your party think of a ship that sails upon the clouds?
At mention of this, Snap's eyes are going to glint, like, brightly. And excitement in them. And, he's going to pull his book out. And basically write down quickly but neatly and show it to Rogue. Boats are out of the option. We take the 10,000 gold plus perhaps we get something that can fly
Oh,
to accomplish
snap.
what we need.
Oh, snap. Yeah.
And so that, of course, gets shared amongst. Wait, that seems much preferable to dealing with reefs.
Prudence, you feel as Snap mentioned something that can fly, you feel your heart a flutter.
Oh, not as much as Snaps is. Trust me on that one.
And as a
Kenku,
quick
baby.
aside,
Flight is always the dream.
Thank you, Cyan, for the cheer, and I believe that did just activate our crits and fumbles table. So if we get in combat, things get nonsensy.
Woohoo!
Oh, fun.
I have to find those tables.
Just want to slide that in there in the lull. But well, that seems like that'll be the solving of that problem, then. Snap, is there any leads or other sorts of things for us to follow up, Sean?
Snap's going to write down. You know you could ask them directly, right?
Hey, show. I was not sure if this has become apparent to you, but occasionally, my personality is known to grate on people.
Snap looks at Margrave. He means to say he could be an idiot sometimes. Looks back to him. This is in Elvish, by the way.
Well, you see, goblins has a different caste system, and certain aspects of that might occasionally come through in my conversation.
So do you happen to have any leads? Or are we to find our own by investigation?
I will give you access to my family's plot.
Plot?
Would
story?
the graveyard? I think she's saying
Well,
the
I believe you will
Hmm.
find
mausoleums.
perhaps something that will aid your search in the open graves that have been desecrated.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Snap looks to Artoria whenever Margrave says this.
If they have been
Kind of gauging
desecrated, then we will
reaction.
certainly. Yeah, she. Every time he mentions like desecrated grave, she is not happy.
At this point, Isoba steps up. And he actually stands up. Margrave, does the name Yenagu mean anything to you? The Margrave tilts their head a bit, looking a bit towards the ceiling. Yenagu is one of the princes of the abyss, is it not? Leader of gnolls, leader of hunger. You see a moment of realization take over their face. Your search must be in haste. If this is truly the work of Yenagu, it will only get worse.
That seems reasonable. So everybody, grab your shovels and out to the graveyard.
They raise their hand once more. If this is Yenagu, then one of my own people may be the source of this corruption. Yenagu takes great pleasure in driving the sane and the peaceful to an appetite of ravaging, maddening hunger. Take care and be safe.
Rogue looks back at the party and mouths, "The halfling."
Just Artoria like waves her hand like in front of her, like no,
It's him.
no.
Yeah. We should burn him. Halflings burn good.
How do you know that?
Tastes like fatwood.
Snap's going to write down and show this specifically to Rogue and no one else. You're thinking of gnomes, not halflings. Halflings are too skinny. Not enough fat on them.
No, gnomes are the skinny ones.
Do I have
Rogue
that
looks-
backwards?
Yeah,
You have that
Rose
backwards.
like looking at the paper. He's like, "Eh."
Gnomes are the skinny live ones that are sometimes made of rock.
Okay, then never mind that writing on the paper. That's me having it backwards as a player.
Yeah, then
I've always
Rose
seen
like,
I've always seen halflings depicted as skinny little bastards.
Halflings would be hobbits if Tolkien didn't sue.
Yep.
Understood.
Gnomes are the short elves. Halflings are the plump, short people.
Halflings are shorter dwarves. Less racist, shorter dwarves.
Soft. No, and then there's little pictures drawn and like diagrams made, like height charts, weight charts, back and forth, and Rogue and Snap get it sorted out.
Just standing in the doorway for 5 minutes, just going, no. They're like this. I thought they were like this. No, they're
Well,
like this.
We're obviously both common as a second, third, fourth language, so there's obviously some words we get confused.
SpongeBob, we ain't talking about this or this. We're talking about this.
And the last thing that Snap writes once everything's sorted out. Does it really matter either way? Their meat is red and they both taste good.
It will. It's more which ones you use as a fire starter. Halflings go up like whoosh. Gnomes still burn all night. You can bank a fire with them.
So you're led out of the castle.
Snap would actually like to stay behind.
Ooh.
You're all brought out to the hallway, and the guard captain turns, seeing that Snap is remaining.
Snap just holds up a finger, indicating one moment.
He nods.
Snap is... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the rest of you are escorted a little bit away from the room.
Snap is going to turn to Margrave. I apologize if this is a unpleasant topic or personal question. But are you perhaps not as you appear?
There's a chuckle from them. You are a perceptive one. And you watch as they turn around, and you see them start to remove parts of their robes, and they pull them down past the shoulder.
Kinky.
The robes hang down. On their back, you can see a pair of folded, leather and scale-colored golden wings. My family was given a great gift by the dragon Evandar, and it has passed from generation to generation, and lets us protect these lands. And they pull their robe back up and they turn back to you as they close it.
I see. And that statue in the center of the city that we saw, is that what remains of them? Or am I assuming too much?
That statue was built a week after the dragons fell. And it was, well, according to history, was the greatest day of mourning that Evandar has ever felt.
I see.
Sadly, it is only a statue.
Well, it is a great statue.
It has given many people a sense of hope in these trying times.
Have you any additional knowledge that you are able to impart on us?
The elf thinks for a moment. Sadly, no. This threat has come without mercy or without hesitation. We are still trying to regain a footing as it pushes against us. I do not what you may face, but I know you should prepare for the worst.
Snap will nod. Pull his hood up.
Take care, Feathered One.
And
The
you as
elf
well,
nods.
Scaled One.
The elf nods as you exit the chamber. And with that, I think we're going to take our short break. We will meet back in about 10 minutes.
Out to the cemetery, everyone.
Where we will
Snap knows
continue.
something you don't know.
Where we will continue from there. See you in a bit, everyone.
Yep, yep.
Bye. Back in a bit. Also, thank you, San. Thank you, Shadow Claude.
That'd be me.
Wait.
I am Shadow
Whatever.
Claude.
Well, thank you for DMing. How about that? Did you change your name, or were you always Shadow Claude?
I've always been Shadow Claude.
I
So, we are back. And you all are led out of the Margrave's Keep, past the Golden Scale soldiers, who now make way more sense to at least one of you. And you are led out of the wall.
Actually, question about that golden scale stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Does it actually look like it's the real deal, or is it a mimicry?
Roll a... Roll a... I'll say investigation check as you're passing by them. It's not... It's definitely not scales of an organic material. It's metal armor that's been gold plated.
Okay, so it is a mimicry.
It is a mimicry.
Okay.
It is a very fine mimicry. And you imagine the armor itself is very expensive. And as with the 21, as you walk past it, you notice that there are runic symbols, small ones, amongst the armor.
Interesting. And with that, would he be able to, given enough time, make a duplicate copy of that armor style? Not with the runic symbols and everything, but
you would need to have a better look. You would
okay.
More than a cursory glance. You would need to be able to study this.
Okay. Still, good information.
But it is something that is expensive and well adorned and
definitely magical.
Definitely magical and definitely intimidating. As you look at the dragon head of this armor, it is you can't see the person beneath it. So all you see is this large dragon maw.
Snap's cool with this.
So it is a rather intimidating piece, and you understand why this kind of armor would be used to protect the important person of this particular city. And as you exit the keep, there is another in the same dragon plate that is waiting for you all outside of the gate. And the guard captain, Gunther, looks at you all and goes, "I believe this is where I let you off my watch and into theirs. Take care. Good luck. Stay safe. I don't want to be pulling your corpse out of a fire anytime soon." He bows his head and he starts to head back towards the barracks. The person in the dragon scale armor nods to you all without a word. Just turns and starts walking.
Just as a general question, is everybody prepared for graveyards and such things?
Yep.
Snap is going to pull his backpack off from underneath his cloak and distribute a healing potion to everybody.
Well, thank you, Snap.
Just a single healing potion. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which leaves me with 1 of my.
August will
Have
give
one
his
already.
Yes, well, this will be a second.
Do I want to know where you got it?
Snap looks at you, offended.
And
He just glares. Like, don't you pull that shit with me, boy.
Prudence will point out that she still has those coppers that they found way earlier. And could those coppers where you place the coins on the eyes of a dead creature, it'll consecrate the body.
That's right.
So she's gonna have those in the pocket, on hand, easy to snag.
You are all led towards through the city, towards the northern end, and you're actually led out of a gate. Moving through the small hills along the road, you travel for about maybe a quarter of a mile before you veer off. And in a clear patch of land, you see a small dirt road that leads off. And you're led into a graveyard. Artoria stealth check. Okay.
And that is a 30.
That is in fact a 30.
That was almost a crit.
Snap has never been seen. Ever.
And
by
we'll
anyone.
say that way.
He stealthed so hard, you guys forgot about him.
Damn it, did we leave him back at the tower?
What direction were we coming in from?
You were heading in. You went through the northern gate of the city, so you are north of the city. So you are coming down from here. Actually, you'd be coming in from here
Where?
The east
because
side.
you veered off. Alright. So place your tokens.
Gimme. There we go. Also, technically, wind is not on top. Well, he'll be above me, but not on me. He's flying.
Okay. And as you all walk into this graveyard, you hear, for the first time, a voice come from behind that mask. I will leave you here and return to my post. May the spirit of Evandar guide you. He bows and he begins walking back towards the city.
Well, so anyone else want to be the one to say we got to dig up the Margrave's parents?
We
Do
are
we
not
know
going
what
to
their
desecrate
names
the
are?
grave unless we have absolute concrete proof that it will lead to the removal of the undead issue.
Well, the only way to see if the undeads is in there, go ahead and dig them up. So here's your shovel.
Do we
Is that
know
a
the
washing
names
machine?
of her parents? Or their
Uh,
parents?
You do not, but however, as you approach the graveyard, you do see that there are a few graves that are already dug. You can see
Yeah.
large piles of dirt that are already flung to the side, and there's open holes within the ground. That is a pillar.
I know,
It's a
but
small pillar.
zoomed
I
out,
know,
it
I
looks
thought
like a
this-
washing machine.
I thought the same thing, which is why I kept it.
Sure. Artoria, I think this is your part.
Yep. Everyone stay behind me. We're gonna move slowly. And with great sword and or great axe in hand, sorry, or great axe resting gently on her shoulder. She's gonna proceed forward.
I would like Wind to alight on her great axe. Just right along.
Okay.
We'll give it a little glare, like, don't you dare zap me again.
It
And
fluffs
then keep
its
moving.
feathers at you.
To the first grave. Up,
Okay.
up, up.
And you see in the hole is a open stone coffin. The lid is pulled off and shattered.
Hmm.
How deep down is it?
6 feet.
So, lid is shattered off. Are there any other unusual markings? Like,
It's empty.
which is concerning in and of itself. What about, like, scratch marks?
You'd have to roll an investigation check. Get in there.
Anybody else want to do the investigating?
Who wants to jump into a grave?
I'll
I
have
would,
Wind
but
do
I
it.
can't get out.
Okay, win.
So this is going to be Snap perceiving through Wind.
Okay.
So do you want Wind to do investigation or Snap?
Wins investigation.
Okay, an investigation is what? An intelligence roll?
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, this is going to be shit. Yeah, going to be shit.
It's
That's
a grave.
-4. Yeah.
You wind flies down and sees, but it's wind is very good at perceiving in long distances, but you're realizing that a tiny bird that has to bounce around to look at anything up close is not great for seeing.
Anything interesting, Snap?
Just hear a single click of his beak. Wind will fly back up and out, land back on the axe. And Snap will go over and pull out a 5-foot piece of rope, hand one into Artoria.
She'll hold on.
Yep, and Snap will just pop down into the hole.
Okay.
And
Roll
look
an
at that.
investigation check for yourself.
Snap has no issues about getting into graves.
Okay. As you look and you peer around, you see just in the dirt itself, you see claw marks in the dirt. You also see marks of a shovel, of tools. This wasn't just dug up by some creature. Something with intelligence was down. The coffin itself is bare except for some writing at the bottom. Do you speak Draconic?
Negative.
Okay, you can't read
But it has been noted prior that someone else does, yeah?
I
it
do.
has been.
And I think
And,
Prudence also
Yeah.
does.
Yep, so what Snap will do is he will pull out his book and copy down the markings.
Okay.
Using his mimicry. To get him exact.
Okay.
Put the book in his bag, and with Artoria's help, you grab onto that piece of rope and climb out.
Okay. And as you show off the paper to the Draconic speakers, it says in and this is old Draconic. Artoria, you're actually less familiar with this. Prudence, you're more familiar with this form of Draconic. It says, "Lie still and travel safe, descendants of Evandar."
What's the name on this headstone?
It actually doesn't have a first name. It has the last name of the Margrave.
And the one beside it?
Same thing. However, that one is knocked over. But they all bear, as you look around, all the headstones that are there bear the same name.
But all the headstones are different.
All the headstones are slightly different.
Any death dates?
No, actually.
Okay. And Snap walking over and peering down into the bottom of this one.
You see the same claw and tool marks in the dirt around this one as well. And once again, it's empty. The lid's smashed. You see the same markings at the bottom.
Exactly the same?
Exactly the same.
Okay. Snap will point out the tool marks and everything, claw marks, all of that jazz, to the rest of the group. Kind of giving the general indication that there was some help getting out of the thing.
Was you saying that these was descendants of Evandar? Whoever translated the Draconic?
That's what it says.
Mm-hmm.
Snap, actually, because you were the one that went down there, roll an Arcana check as well.
Ooh. Not as good, but okay.
As you were looking at the broken pieces of lid, as you were climbing back up, you noticed that the lid itself, and the reason it looks like they had to break it, was because the stone is very, very thick.
How thick are we talking? Like 6 to 10 inches thick?
About a foot.
And I have a feeling Snap might know why that might be.
Yes. Based on your background, you would know that it takes at least a foot of stone to block penetrating magic.
Mm-hmm.
The grave, well, the start of it, well, the coffin start of it, with the lid, starts about 6 feet down. The grave is deeper to account for the lid.
Yep. Snap will bring this to the attention of the rest of the group as well, indicating that this is mainly done to prevent divination magics from being able to scry locations and things of that nature.
Well, if these is actually descendants of Evandar, from what I understanding of such things, their bones could be rather valuable. We should make sure we does not leave any of them lying around loose.
Looking around from where he's standing, can he still see that last open grave over there?
Yes, there's a large pile of dirt next to it.
Okay.
You also take note that these two are missing their headstones.
Mm-hmm.
So all these graves are open?
Those graves are closed, but the
Closed.
headstones are missing.
Does it look like there was a place where headstones were?
If you go over there, yes. So if you want to go over there, you will find that yes, there was a place that there was headstones that have been removed. Small divots in the dirt where two placards were placed.
Does that dirt look like it's been freshly bothered?
The dirt with the where the headstones
Missing
are.
headstones.
Prudence, you're the one over there. Make a nature check.
Nature.
Is the grass greener?
Eh. What she's gonna.
It's
I was gonna say what she's gonna do is cast detect magic and see if like the headstones are have something to them. Like, why would there be missing ones? There had to have been something special about them. You know.
you cast detect magic and you get no hits off the headstones.
Anything in general. I mean, obviously, like if they're all going to be like a foot of stone, she's not going to be able to see anything underneath. But just in general around.
Just walking around, none of the rest of the headstones give a magical aura, except for this.
What?
Bottom left.
Oh, she will go investigate. What kind of magic?
It is abjuration, and it is very soft enchantment.
So it's like a protection-y sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, a lot of these and these headstones are old, and time has certainly worn upon them. This one looks new, and there's a shine to it. It looks like whatever magic hosts on this headstone keeps time from wearing on it.
And there's no. It just has the last name.
It just
like
has
the
the last name. It's the same as all the others. It's interesting for you to come out here. You've had your interactions with nobles. Most of them are arrogant and
She's not a fan.
very very much into flaunting their names and titles around. And you've been rambunctious enough to mess with a couple graves, just to spite some people. And it's always their headstones are long and full of titles and deeds that they've done, and these are plain.
Very plain.
It's very simple. And the fact that this is just a yard out in the middle of the road is odd.
And this is like a road that's leading towards where we were.
It's
the
it's
big
off.
manor.
It's outside of the city, and it is off to the west of the north leading road. Not by much. It's maybe a quarter mile out of the city.
Like not near the house we were just in.
No, not at all.
But we do know that city was much larger once upon a time. Like, are these old roads? Like,
Yes.
no longer really used, sort of?
These are the areas kept. Like the grass is kept, the tree over there is trimmed. It's not growing out of control or anything. People come by and keep this area, so the roads are pounded in. They're not cobblestone or anything. They're dirt. But this is a very strange sight to see.
And there's like no residual magic at all on any of these others, like
Nope.
anything had faded.
No.
Is there a way to tell if something had been dispelled? Like if they had something and someone.
Go make an investigation check. Actually, no, Arcana.
Yeah.
Hard to tell.
Could be
There's
age,
no-
could be.
There's no runic symboling. There's no inscriptions upon them, though. There's no real inscription or runes on the headstone that is giving off an aura either. So it's hard. And the one that is giving off magic aura is barely enchanted. It's enough to. It was enough to make the item magic. And you've heard and you've seen it. You've even made very common magic items, knives that don't bend or lose their edge for people who don't want to buy new silver. Their silverware is sharp. Sewing needles that don't bend. Pots that stir themselves, that sort of thing. It's not a terribly uncommon practice.
Shield
What-
Prudence, Snap, you found nothing? Anything?
Oh, this headstone is enchanted, but really faintly. It's more to just keep it looking nice. Can't tell if the others were enchanted at some point.
Interesting. Snap, you got anything?
Does Snap have anything?
Snap has a skeleton.
Cool.
There
Snap,
are
what you doing with that skeleton?
there are actually bones at the bottom of this coffin.
Cool.
Yeah, so Prudence is gonna want to put those coins on its eye sockets, just in case.
Snap stops her from going any further. Basically having wind get up in her face and flap.
I'm just gonna make sure it doesn't stand up.
Snap holds out his hand
What?
and makes the gimme motion.
You gonna give them back?
Snap gives you a look of, really? What do you think I am?
A thief?
He does the motion again.
And she will put
Rogue
them
One
in his...
notes one on Prudence's scorecard.
And just for everyone to remember what the hell these are, you should be seeing them.
coins.
Yep. So what Snap will do is he will actually cast Mage Hand and use the Mage Hand to go down and put the coins on, as opposed to someone getting down in the hole to do so.
You gently place 1, 2 of the deadhead pennies, of the deadhead coppers, onto the eyes, and you give it a moment, and you feel assured that the magic has taken place.
And no reaction from the skeleton.
Nope. Roll a perception check. The people that are by the skeleton.
Perception. Perception. And I will do one for wind as well. At advantage.
Okay. Snap, Prudence. As you're looking down and you're starting to remove the coppers from the eyes, you notice that the skeleton is it's not cross-armed. The arms, one of them is placed across the chest and the other one's placed across where the stomach would be. The hands are curled together as if it was holding something.
Yep.
And you are, Snap, you're reminded, and Prudence, of the fact that the Margrave mentioned, if you can find it, there was an artifact.
So since this thing's been dead for quite some time, the hands are kind of in a position, I'm guessing, kind of stuck that way.
Yeah.
Like, does it look like it was holding something small, like it was cupping its hands, or like,
It
like
it looks like it was holding. Roll intelligence check. Just straight intelligence.
I would like to roll this as well.
Go ahead.
intelligence.
Rogue, you just see him staring at a skeleton, man.
Oof.
Snap, you have no idea. Prudence, it looks like he was holding a staff or a long rod. The way the hands are curled, the dimension of the space within the finger bones, it looks like he was holding a long rod, spear, or staff, or something of that nature.
And she will point this out, that we are likely looking for a spear or staff or some sort of long pole-like implement.
Rogue, they're just looking at a skeleton, man.
Yeah, Rogue like
It's starting to get weird
comes up
too.
to the edge, he leans over a little bit, looks down, is like, "Is it look like a human skeleton?"
Yes, humanoid. There's no real features to identify whether this was human, elf.
Well, I was hoping for something a little more dragony, but
Given what Snap knows, are there extra bones that might indicate as such?
You would need to go in there and get. You would need to get in there.
And he's not going to do that.
Says the
Why?
Paladin
Piss
of
off
the
Artoria?
Raven.
Hello?
No. Says Payton. Says Payton.
Yeah, no.
I don't think I'm gonna jump in this grave. And the death
Did,
paladin goes, "Do it."
come on,
Did
Snap. Come on, Snap.
uh,
You can lower me down. We'll get
did,
something for
did
Paladin.
Snap pull the coins back?
Yes.
And Prudence is going to snack them back.
Are those reusable?
Yes.
Oh, neat.
I thought you... Okay. I seem to recall it mentioned they were basically consumed upon
Nope.
use.
Nope.
I must be thinking of something else then.
The jumping beans.
Okay. I mean, that's kind of a given considering that you have to eat them. Like, actually consume them.
No. These coins are placed on a corpse for a minute, and the corpse becomes consecrated.
Okay.
It's
But
just
yeah.
not like it's not something you could use in the midst of battle. Like
Mhm.
you gotta
Yeah.
sit there with it for a bit.
Okay. My
You can
understanding
eat-
is that...
Yeah,
my
I think we had this
remembering was
conversation.
that it
when
was
you
a
got them.
one-time use.
So Rogue is holding out like his hand for the rope that Snap had used earlier. Come on, lower me down, so I'll get some stuff out there so Paladin can get to shit.
Which Artoria is still holding the rope.
Do not go into a grave.
Well, how else is we going to get everything
She
out of
just
there?
Stomps over.
But yeah.
Get what out of there? Or, I actually just didn't hear.
We has to get the bones out so Paladins can get the scent of them that was disturbing the bones.
Can't he sniff around it?
He's up here.
They disturbed.
They're down
everything.
there.
They didn't just disturb the bones, though.
Yes, but if he gets a scent of whatever was on the bones, then he can follow it.
What is everyone's passive perception?
18.
That's not my most liked
13.
question. 12.
16.
Winds is passive perception of 18 as well, so long as it relies on hearing or sight.
As the two of them are arguing, Snap, your head peeks up as you hear it.
Crossbow immediately at the ready, pointing in the direction of wherever it's coming from. And holding to shoot.
You peer around. Give me a perception check. As your head pops up, your eyes turn, and you see. Trying to creep up. Let me get tokens here. So I can put them on the map in my GM layer, because I'm smart.
I wasn't it up none of that.
Skeletones? Nope, gnolls.
What is the range of this stupid crossbow? Oh, actually decent. Okay.
Sorry, patience, everyone. We're doing this live here.
Do we have our obelisk back?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I feel like he got distracted by the freshly turned earth, like with all those spores. He's probably like digging his little toes in.
No, I'm snacking on it.
Snatch just nom nom.
See how fresh it is.
Just rubbing a little fresh dirt on it.
So-
Fresh grave dirt.
You see, Snap, as your head peeks up and turns, you see gnolls aplenty. All creeping
no.
through the low grass, trying to get up on your party. And a large dog-like creature.
I repeat, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I need everyone clear this map to roll for initiative.
Dun dun dun.
Will Snap get his snapshot off?
You won't. We're now in initiative.
Okay. Oh, that's garbage initiative.
You beat Artoria.
Yeah.
That's actually not a surprise.
No.
You've only had, what, one good initiative roll?
Mhm.
This is not an enemy. I'm putting him in the corner to have an initiative token.
Okay. You're going to have them on a relatively group initiative?
Yup. Oh boy. They all rolled really good.
I'm going to keep using this joke. Oh no.
It's a good joke. Works right now.
Oh,
So,
boy.
I hope you didn't all burn your 20s.
And crit and fumbles are active currently.
Mhm.
And I do have the table up if you need a reference.
As a would Snap have enough time to alert the rest of the party?
Yes. You got off a... as you notice all
More
of this,
along the
and
lines,
that's
he
what
got
initiative
off
check.
the sound of Rogue's BFG firing off.
That's also a good noise. So, starting
Snapping
off,
everybody to attention.
we are going to
Oh.
have this creature, this good doggy down here,
Doggo!
this horrible looking, part deer, part dog looking thing. It is going to rush up with its. Can it get to? It'll do this. Let's see. What's its move?
Something on 4 legs, probably 40 or higher.
50.
Told you.
It's going to charge up towards. Use a bit of extra movement to get over here.
Oh, there's some cover, but there's not a whole lot.
I'm just going to turn and stop there and growl angrily. And as you look at this creature, the stuff of nightmares that just arrived at your face, Oglisk, it bears what looks to be teeth, but they're not. It's 4 large, razor-sharp plates of bone. There's very little hair on the creature. It's a lot of gray, tight skin, and the legs look like they belong to a deer.
Okay.
And now it is your turn.
Alright. As he runs up to me, I'm going to take my warhammer that I have. I'm going to utilize my divine favor as well before I make my attack and smack him all good like.
That will miss. As you swing, the creature's fast movement just ducks under your swing.
Okay, and then I ready an reaction as well.
Okay. Any other?
Nope.
Nope, that's it. Movement. All right. Rogue.
Real quick, which were the gnolls that weren't real?
The
Top
one
left
in
or
the
top right?
left.
This
Top
guy.
left.
Okay, so top right are
Yeah,
real.
I will do something. The not real one has pink dot.
Thank you much. So Rogue is going to cut round Paladin. He's going to slide off. This is a fair-sized stone here.
That is laying down. It's been pushed over.
It's been pushed over, but still a foot thick, 2 foot thick, or like inches?
Inches.
Inches, okay. So then he is just going to continue on, because that's not going to help him any. He's going to line up a shot with the big gun. He's going to use a piercing shot, and he's going to try and fire through 2 gnolls. So
these guys over here.
Yep, those guys over there, top right corner.
Okay.
So piercing shot, BFG, standard attack roll. Please don't miss. 20.
Hits the first one.
Hits the first one. The first one will take 24 points of damage, and then the other one will take 1 point of damage from the fire explosion at disadvantage as it fires through. 12?
12 will miss. Let's see if they make their dex save to not get burned for that 1 damage. 17 plus 2 is 19. No, they managed to get out of the way. However, this one goes from creeping and crouching. Actually, no, they were all prone. I'm sorry. You were attacking at disadvantage.
Ooh.
I apologize. I did not catch that they were prone.
I'm sorry, too. I will let this one go. They are, at the moment, all prone. Because they were all creeping through very low grass. They were crawling.
Okay. Apologies on that one. And then the one-shot gun, second attack, reload, click it down, and don't see anywhere that I can reasonably hide, so that's where he's posted up.
Okay. Now is the hunters. They all have ridiculous range. Look up one thing real quick. Guess this will matter. Nope, can't do that. Alright, they'll have ridiculous range. They're going to use half their movement to all stand up, draw their longbows, fire, and then lay back down prone. That's gonna go 5, 10, 15. Lay back down. Sorry, not there. There. And then 5, 10. And then 5, 10. So, let's make some rolls. Let's make some null roll. This one is going to attack you, Prudence.
Okay, which one?
Top right
Okay.
is a longbow at normal.
Is my...
That would be 18
If it meets, it beats. Ow.
for 10 points of damage. Whew.
There's an arrow in me.
There is, in fact, an arrow in you again. This is becoming a common problem. Artoria, you're getting 3 arrows. And then Rogue, you're gonna get 3 arrows.
Sure.
So first 3 are for Artoria. Nope. Maybe?
Yeah.
And nope. So you get hit by 7 points of piercing damage. As you manage, as 2 arrows hit your armor and bounce off, the third one, as you're turning to see who's firing at you, gets right between the shoulder plates and pierces right into your shoulder.
Yep.
And then 3 at you, Rogue, because you're the one that made all the loud banging.
I mean, so did...
Abby, nat 1.
Yeah, gonna need a D20 on that one for his fumblerooski.
Oh.
Let's use the Elvish dice to figure out what the fuck he's gonna have happen. 14.
14.
He is scared.
Wisdom save or frightened of target?
12. I don't think that fucking does it.
That will not. We are beyond a 12 at this point.
So I will say he
Our
is...
DCs are 13s.
Except for Snap, his DC's 14.
He is frightened of you.
Ah.
Your
Scared.
your loud gun outmatches his bow and arrow. Now the other 2. Swink. 18 and 20
18 will hit. 20 will hit.
for 6 and 10 piercing damage.
That is a ton of damage.
And there's 2 arrows shink, right through you. You are quickly made into a pincushion.
Not
Prudence,
happy.
and all of the gnolls then go prone.
Were they up long enough that we could see where they are?
Yeah, the grass isn't that tall, and it's
Okay.
why they had a hard time stealthing towards you guys. They're just keeping it so that all of your ranged attacks have a harder time hitting.
Yeah, she's
So
mostly range. So she is going to swing her boomerangs this way. Let's see. Yeah, so I technically crit failed that
You
one.
technically crit failed. Do you want me to roll the d20 or you?
I'll do it.
Face your maker.
Roll. I rolled a 7.
A
7.
Or do you want me to roll it in the chat? I rolled it on a die.
I roll it on the die too. Okay, roll a dexterity saving throw.
Dex save 40. Ooh,
You have no reactions
okay.
until the end of the next
Start of your next turn.
start of your next turn.
Okay.
You have no reactions. You whip the boomerang, and actually the first one hits. So he's going to lose 3 health. -3. The first one hits, however, on the second one, it slips out of your hand and actually cuts your palm as you're throwing it. It bounces off the ground twice before flipping up and coming back to you, but you're now staring at your palm going, ah, and shaking it out and trying to get the feeling back into your fingers, and you're not really aware of what's going on around you. Any bonus actions?
Nope. Well, the
Okay.
bonus action was the second boomerang.
Yes. Movement?
You do have extra attack, yeah?
Yes.
Please ask this question. Yes.
Yes, I do.
So you
I
technically
always
hit.
forget.
Mhm.
You're a spellcaster that can fight.
Yes.
That will miss.
Nope.
Unfortunately. Okay. Any movement?
Nope, she's gonna chill there currently.
Okay. Snap.
Crackle Pop Rice Krispies. For the brief moment that they were up, did Snap say what kind of armor they were wearing?
Hides, leathers, piecemeal.
Okay.
You've fought these kind of ambush gnolls before.
Okay.
They weren't terribly hard to hit, but they are little nightmares to deal with.
Yep. So Snap is going to have wind, dash, flight over to this square,
Okay.
and use its reaction as Snap casts Shocking Grasp at advantage on the prone guy to the left.
Yes, you do.
Ooh.
21 for 13.
21 for 13 will hit. As you all
Ooh.
suddenly get a nice whiff of ozone and burning hair.
Mhm.
And if
My
he is
favorite.
not dead, I do believe that he does not have any reactions. Yeah, no reactions until the start of its next turn.
Okay. I will give him a snail. Because I doubt anyone has a slow spell, and it seems appropriate. I will also give Prudence a snail. Prudence, you have a snail.
I'm trying to think. Has Snap been considered concealed to the rest of them up until that point?
Up until that point.
How tall is that gravestone?
Which one?
The one right here.
About a foot tall.
Cool. He's going to rush over, go prone, and use his bonus action to hide.
Okay.
Let me give you the stealth roll.
You watch as Snap. Yeah. You watch as Snap. You hear in the distance from some ethereal voice, "Get down, Mr. President!" And Snap jumps behind the grave and vanishes.
And that is my turn.
Artoria! Dogs, gnolls, arrows, everything hurts again.
Ah! We are going to motherfucking start working on getting in their faces.
Get in their face.
So we can go to, which square was it? That square. Right on up there. I fucking 30. I'm gonna double check that because now I'm questioning myself again. Oh, okay,
Yes,
that
it's
was the right
30
one.
feet.
Yeah. And we're gonna save that for now, and I'm gonna Shield of Faith myself as the bonus action, and as the action, I'm gonna dodge.
Okay.
Just be
Extra
up front in their faces, have them pick me.
I'm gonna do something interesting. They're not the smartest creatures in the world. Okay, they rolled a 15 with a -1. They're not. They are aware of what you're trying to do.
I feel like there's a butt in there.
But they've also been told to slaughter. So we'll see how that goes. For now, this horrible dog thing is going to... Let's see. What are distances?
Relative.
Yep. He's going to make his 2 attacks at you. First one is a... Oh, God, if that hits. Oh, boy. First one will be his hoovesies as he rears up and kicks. Oh, Artoria, don't forget to roll for your thingy.
Hmm?
You have a thing.
Oh, I got hit! That's right!
So first thing will be with his hoovesies. 17.
It's but that's gonna activate my trap card.
Gonna sneak that in there.
Can I use that for my D4 of necrotic damage that this thing takes? Using Halo Spores
Link Halo's first.
as he rears back. Hey.
Okay, he takes 4 damage. Where'd me book go?
Does need to make a con save for it.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm looking for my book to find his con. But I also have a character sheet, so why am I doing this? Con save! Fails for 3. Boy, does he fail with a 3. Alright, get some health on him. And now he's going to make his second attack, which will be his bite. Oh, right. Damage for hooves. That'd be 12 bludgeoning damage as you're just kicked right in the chest.
Okay.
And then he makes his bite attack. 8 miss.
Yes, it will.
And as he bites out, you manage to just beat off these angry jaws that snap before you. You hear a voice scream out, from the angry dog. And now it is your turn.
Okay. I'm looking at is wild shaping. That's not an actual action. Is that a bonus action?
What does your ability say?
Well, in the one that I typed, it doesn't say.
Well,
That's
shape is a bonus.
5etools.com away.
I'm
Wild
looking-
shaping for everyone but Circle of the Moon is an action, I believe.
Don't believe
Yeah,
so
use your
on that
action
one.
to magically assume the shape of a beast. Okay.
Oh, yep.
All right. So I'm not gonna do that yet. Okay, so I'm going to essentially do the same thing as I did last time, but I'm gonna add some specialities to it this time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna swing back at him with my warhammer, and then
Miss.
I'm going to use my guided strike, which gives a +10 bonus to an attack roll. It's my channel divinity.
Okay, that'll hit.
So yes. So then he takes nope. Damage. 6
points of damage.
Okay, adding the to that, I'm gonna use my War Priest ability, which allows me to do a bonus attack when doing a melee attack. which
Okay.
is that one. So I'm gonna attack him again.
Miss.
Okay. Unless you want to take the 18, since I accidentally re-rolled.
Yeah, but you need to intentionally roll.
Yep. No, it's okay. That's me turn. Oh, and I'm gonna
Respect the hustle.
ready a reaction.
All right. Rogue.
All right, so not quite far enough. So Rogue is going to drop the big gun, use the pistol, taking a shot, top right hand corner.
Okay.
Violent shot, 1 point of grit on it, at disadvantage because he is prone.
Disadvantage because he is prone.
19.
Oof. Hits.
So 13 points of damage plus another D something or other.
D10,
D10.
which is what that crit die is.
I'll take the 8. So that'll be 21 points of damage to him as he's still flopping around.
He flops, but only because his head is now missing.
Sounds good. And then with him down, we are going to do a little bit of forward motion here. Paladin's going to get us to a minimal amount of cover behind there, and then we are going to take our second pistol shot at the big dog. No disadvantage on this one.
No disadvantage.
12 though.
12 will miss.
And that will be that.
Okay. Now it is time for all the hunters. This one. They all rise from prone. This one, listening to the call of the other creature, wants to move 5, 10, 15, and then dash another 5, 10, 15, and then he wants to use action. Dash. Get that flank going. He puts away a bow and he pulls out a spear. The rest of them, these two are going to take shots at the boomerang flinging woman. Actually, no. These are going to take shots at Rogue. This one is scared of Rogue. He's going to take a shot at disadvantage with Prudence. And these two are going to take shots at Prudence. Unfortunately, Snap disappeared. So, Rogue, these first ones are for you.
You got it.
So, bang! Oh, boy.
That'll hit.
And 12.
Please roll me the d20.
Oh, here we go, boys and girls. Now I get to play with it. 10. The target has less than their maximum health remaining. You may attack another target. I do not think you've taken that much damage.
I have not yet.
Do they get any additional damage?
Nope, just normal double damage.
Just normal double damage. That could have been worse.
Wait, don't you okay. 14.
So you take 14 points. Are you still over here? I'm confused at how that works.
I am now below half my hit points.
I believe now that activates, correct me if I'm wrong.
I am willing to accept either way you rule.
I want to say it happens after.
Okay.
I will say it happens after, and Sin is free to correct me or Kyle, but I want to think that happens after.
Then you may certainly make an attack on another target.
I will, in fact, make an attack on Oglisk.
Well, hold, yeah. You redeem, you go final call.
$14, I think, misses.
Miss.
Okay. That was them. Prudence, this one's attacking you at disadvantage because he is scared. Not that scared.
Nope. Still don't hit.
Still don't hit. And then these two attack you at. Actually, this one is going to attack you, Prudence. No, they're both going to attack Wind because they saw the little owl produce lightning. So they're going to get up, drop their bows, grab spear.
Shit, Wind also has an action of his own. But he used it for dashing. Okay.
And stab. So both of these are going to try to kill the owl, the lightning owl. So that's a 2. That's a 22.
That one hits.
So that's 6 piercing damage.
Wind goes poof.
Wind goes poof.
As far as everybody else can tell, he just explodes into a little ball of feathers.
And they are very confused.
So Wind is off the board.
All right.
And they unknowingly have engaged the Wrath of a Kenku.
And they all go prone again. Except for this one, because he needs to stand up because he'll get hit with a mace. Prudence, at the top of your turn, you get your actions back.
Yep.
Right?
Hopefully he's going to get hit with 2. And yeah, she actually has a pretty high AC because of that extra robot arm wielding a shield. It is
Yep.
helpful. So she is going to go for this guy. Oh, I actually put extra attack in big bold on my sheet, so I stopped forgetting that I have that now. Because it's not on like the chart; it's just something she gets because of the
the subclass.
The subclass.
For the record, I'm using my black and crimson elvish-looking die for my crit rolls. That hits. That does not. and that hits.
But then, because they could hit a target within 10 feet of the initial target, they're gonna do like weird curly cues against this guy.
So roll two
Before
more
coming
more
back.
attacks.
Nope.
Crit, fail, crit, hit.
Woohoo!
Okay.
And
So
technically, the offhand gets one as well.
Yeah.
Oh
Even if
yeah,
it
we
misses.
determined the
Boing.
third.
Jesus. Okay, numbers. Hold on. Okay, let's just take this from the top down. So 4 damage and 3 damage, so 7 damage to the boy.
To this guy.
So he didn't appreciate that very much. Now then, let's start with the critical fail, because that was first. So,
Oh, yeah, after all that.
fumbles. So roll
I
yourself a
rolled
fumble.
14.
You are now frightened of him.
Of the thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we need to make sure that if someone crits or fails,
Well, she
They
gets a
don't-
whiz save. She gets a whiz
gets
save.
to a save,
first.
right?
So roll 13 or better on a whiz save.
Not her greatest stat.
Fails.
Okay, so then you would be frightened,
You would be
and
frightened right now.
therefore the next one would be disadvantage.
So
But
this-
only if I'm attacking that one directly. I was attacking the knoll, and these are just like the boomerangs doing their shit. It's, you know?
That
She's
one's a
not
DM
mentally
call.
controlling.
I could see the argument for both sides of that.
I can
Yeah.
see the argument for both sides. I'm gonna let it stand this time because you already rolled the crit, and I want this to
Mhm.
happen. I want the universe to explode.
Now the other one, or do you roll the...
I'm going to roll the success. Roll the success. Roll the crit.
Okay. What is it? A 2.
A 2 is. He's gonna make a wisdom save. That is. Ooh, that is a 9. No, he is also now frightened. Everyone is frightened.
They all see these boomerangs flying around like, no!
They don't do a lot of damage, but she gets to, like, hit things a lot with them, so...
So that roll is
adds
a
up.
3x damage. So you've got 2 going there. Give it 1 more d4.
Oh.
Now, they can, and because this is the first time we're doing this, they continue to roll to try to save every turn.
Start of next turn, it's clear.
Okay.
I
Oh, start
believe.
of next turn, it's clear. So this
Start
one's
of
not.
start of next turn. All effects end at the end. At the end of your next turn.
So that one's
So
no
at the
longer
end of Prudence's next turn, those clear.
All right. Oh, this gets complicated quick. Okay.
So many effects to keep track
So many
of.
effects because there's so many attacks.
Chaos and anarchy.
Chaos and anarchy. Okay. That was a thing. Snap.
Snap is officially pissed off. Let's see. You know, he doesn't have weapons drawn.
I will say that if you are looking for something to give you cover, this is a
Nope.
taller gravestone than this.
No, I'm not looking for that.
Okay.
I'm calculating.
Oh no. More math.
You know, I think I am actually going to do that. Thank you for that information. Okay.
Yeah, this is a pillar. It's not a washing machine.
So, snap
Although
is
a washing
going
machine
to
would also make great cover.
bonus action dash and take up cover behind said pillar.
You have 3/4 cover from all of them.
Yep. And main action. Let me just calculate distance again real quick. might not work. Oh no,
Just-
this will definitely work.
Just a reminder, they're all prone at the moment.
This doesn't count, or doesn't matter.
Okay.
And, did it... There we go. Let's have them sleep.
Where is your starting?
It's these two that I want sleep. I know
That
that's
one,
gonna put
as
one
he
of them.
as he lays in the grass, getting ready, you just hear.
Also, that was a garbage roll.
This one, the spell hits, but he pushes through.
Yeah, I needed a little extra into that. Too bad I can't use my sneak attack die for that.
Too bad.
So that is action, bonus action, movement. That's it.
Okay. Artoria, you may actually get into this fight.
No, he's 35 feet away. I already checked. Yep. It's one of those.
One of these days, Artoria will meet an enemy that doesn't shoot at range.
Just run up and throw an axe at it.
Oh my
I mean,
god, just
seriously.
overhead, just launch the
Yeah.
fucking great axe.
And then you
That
can
one, the Great
throw
Axe,
them
was
the
never
next
seen
turn.
again.
No.
You just see Riffin appear, grab it out of the air. I got this for.
Konzo. Or could I like? Damn it! That's not as effective. Yeah, we're gonna move to like. Actually, you know, August really needs help. I don't know why I didn't consider that before.
I'm good.
Fucking he like snaps got out of recover. We're good. He's thick boy needs to get taken down.
Go to these guys. Oglis.
Those ones.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oglis is fine. Don't worry about him.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
only been hit once.
Okay. Don't worry. It's within range anyway. So we're gonna move there. I think that was the right distance. No, it wasn't. One more. That was the right distance. And I am going to see if this thing is undead or not by attempting to control undead.
Okay. You reach out with your mind, extending your hand, and nothing happens.
Alright. And then I'll just like stare the nose down like, come on, fuckheads.
Okay. Now it is the angry doggy's turn. He would have disadvantage, but he has flanking. So he's going to make his bite attack at normal. So, nom?
Miss.
Nope. And
Catches spores in the face. 3 damage.
Can't save.
Oh yeah, con save, then 3 damage.
die. Not with a 4, he doesn't. And then he will try to bludgeon you again. Normal. 22, there we go.
It's gonna hit.
Another 13 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And now it is your turn.
Alright, with this I'm going to make a nice little chant. I'm gonna go to my wild shape, which gives me 4 HP per level of druid, so I'll get 8 temporary HP.
We discussed this. It's 5.
No, I checked it again. In Unearth Arcana, it's 5, but in the actual release, it was only 4.
Oh, does it actually have an actual release?
Yeah.
Mhm. With the Gold Master's Guide to Ravnica.
Ah,
It's
okay.
very specifically released for Gilgari.
See, I never knew it had an official release.
Hmm.
Yep.
So I've
So
been
now,
using UA.
now my Halo of Spores does 2d4, and that's for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon. Oh. Let me post the.
What would you like your weapon to look like?
It's going to be the weapon of my deity, which is a nice big axe. Would you like a picture of it?
I will find you an axe. Give me un momento.
Okay.
That'll work.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. The axe is gonna attack the knoll behind me.
So it hit.
Okay. And then, oh nope, I don't want to cast it again. It's a 1d8 plus my.
Yeah,
spell
just click on
modifier.
the word spiritual weapon.
That's what I did,
in the chat bar.
and it was all weird on me. Come on. There we go.
9. All right. As the axe glides into the knoll, you hear from behind you. Action, bonus action. I assume you're not going to move.
Nope. That's my turn.
All right, Rogue.
All right. We are going to start making a ride for it. We're going to get to here. Rogue is going to use his lance. He's going to poke at the knoll.
Poke that knoll.
Using the flanking for the advantage. Knoll poke. 26 for 7.
Hits and kills. You drive right through the knoll. You hear.
Sounds good. You got this?
Cool.
And then we used up 35. He dashes and bunkers down. So the Paladin and Rogue both slide over the edge down into the hole. As they're going down, Rogue fires a pistol shot back at the large dog because it's the only thing standing at the moment.
Okay.
Standard pistol shot. We'll spend 1 point of grit for violent shot. 29, so close.
29, so close.
9 points of damage plus another. That's not a 10. Plus another 5. So 14 points of damage.
All right, he's starting to look rough.
And then down in the grave, Rogue and Paladin will both duck down, and Rogue will use a bonus action to second wind. And
Okay.
that is that.
Roll your second wind.
Book. Not amazing, but we'll take it.
Not amazing, but we'll take it.
And that's it for them.
Okay, the Knoll Hunters. This one's asleep. They're all going to stand up, and they see Artoria getting way too close. That's just way too close. So all of them are going to fire at Artoria.
Ah, it finally worked!
Stop getting close. Go away. Wait, do they see that multi-attack and I haven't been doing it?
Say no.
Don't know.
Yeah, they do.
Say psych.
I just noticed it on their sheet because I'm the best DM ever who knows everything.
Is it multi-attack with the bow?
It's multi-attack with the bow.
Oof.
Say psych right now.
Say psych right now. No. So, 1. Oh, wait, I can just set this at advantage. So that's 1, 2. So that's this guy. So 23 to hit. And then number... don't expand all the way. 2 to hit. 15, 3, and 4. What's your AC?
Where does the
19
fourth
right
one
now.
come
It's
from?
19 right now. So 1, 2, 3 hit.
Oh boy.
So you
Just-
take
Oh.
3, 4. Uh, 14 points of damage.
Alright.
And they're going to stay standing because they're now afraid. Actually, they're going to start moving. Way from you. In fact, this one looks like he's ready to start running. Prudence.
She is going to run as far as she can to here. And it's going to boomerang at these guys, or at this guy, and then it'll swing around to the guy next to him.
Okay.
So,
You are still feared.
But the object of her fear is dead.
it's dead. She was she was a fear to this guy. And the guy up here, that guy died.
The fear came from him,
Okay.
So,
and she
attacking.
can still see him. So
But
disadvantage on things.
Well, is it fear like just a disadvantage on attacks to this guy?
And you're
No.
technically
Attacking
not
this
allowed
guy.
to move closer.
You technically, yeah.
And you moved closer,
Okay,
technically.
so where was I?
Back at the mound, like right here.
There. Okay.
Frightened.
Come straight down.
A frightened creature has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of its fear is within line of sight.
Ah, okay. Well, then which way is straight? Is this still moving closer? have to
You
stay
can
away.
you can skirt around him. You can just
Technically...
as long as you consistently stay within 80 feet, outside of 80 feet, you can move.
Okay.
So you can move a straight line down, and you'll be fine.
Yes.
But as long as you know that creature's there, you're at disadvantage.
Okay. I always thought it was just at the particular creature. So, and this guy's laying down, asleep?
He's laying down asleep.
Okay, so that she could see.
So
this
he's incapacitated, but he's prone. Straight roll.
guy. Yeah. I think she'll go for this guy.
Maketh the throws.
Boing, boing, boing.
Grappling hook.
Did I hit the grappling hook? Oops.
Yep.
That then.
Miss, hit. Last one hits.
Whack. And no, that's nobody's within 10 feet. So.
No, it's within 10 feet.
Come back.
See?
No, that's one within a 1 square's distance.
Any movement? Bonus actions? No, you bonus action.
all done.
offhanded.
Did all the things.
Movement action. Yeah. Snap. It's your turn.
Yeah. We are going to, again, bonus action dash. I'm not letting this little bastard go. Both hands go in, daggers come out. Main
Dagger,
hand,
dagger.
offhand. Remind me again, offhand dagger does not get your proficiency bonus?
No, there's an ability you have to do that. It's just damage die.
Okay. Then that is main hand, and -3 from that is offhand.
Okay. First one, you weren't in stealth, right? No, because you dashed as your bonus action. So
Yep.
first one, you miss. Second one, you come around and you get him right in the shoulder. So
Good.
3 plus, or
It would
3
be
plus.
6.
So you lose normally you lose your attribute to your damage, so it would just be 1 point of damage on the offhand weapon. You get
That
your
really how
proficiency
that
to hit.
works.
Yeah, you get your proficiency to hit, but you don't get the bonus. You don't get the attribute damage.
Yeah, you need 2 weapon fighting to get your attribute damage back.
Yeah.
That's garbage. I thought it was the other way around.
Yeah, no, your 2 hit stays the same. Your damage drops off. Though if you have a way to sneak attack, you can still sneak attack.
That's why you have that offhand.
Yeah.
That sneak,
Okay.
They get that nice sneak attack damage.
Okay. Had that been clear to me to begin with, I would have just shocking grasped his ass.
Well, you still get your sneak attack dice.
No, I don't.
Was he prone or anything?
Oh yeah, no, you don't.
Ah, bummer.
Okay, so he takes 1 point of damage.
Yep, I'm not an assassin.
Okay, Artoria. Finally. Finally.
I can do something!
After almost 30 seconds of combat, Artoria finally makes it.
Yes. Yeah, so run up to the first one and sewing. And this is gonna
I'm
go
gonna
invisible.
suggest the mobile feat. I'm just gonna suggest it.
Considering it.
That will miss. You're just so excited you finally get to hit something that you swing about a foot over its head.
Right. Small creatures. Or not actually, but smallerish. Oh.
Hits.
Why? Oh, it does! Yes! Yes! I'm putting
I'm
all
waiting-
4 of my charges into this bullshit!
I'm waiting for like charges plus smite.
Alright, we're putting all 4 charges and a level 1 smite into this just because I want to see this fucker.
Roll. Oh god, this is gonna be painful.
9 plus 44 of radiant damage is what I had it set to from this morning. 7 infernal level 1 smite.
2d8, I think.
I swear I had a button for smite. Where'd it go? It's 2d8. Yeah.
It should be your probably in your attack modifier.
Yeah, but I forgot to click it. So, 2d8 more radiant. 9 more.
Plus 9. You skip over and you whiff your first hit and you go, oh, no, not today. And you just, your axe turns into a blinding light for a minute as you just incinerate this creature.
Yes.
He's not dead. He's gone.
That's what we like.
Any bonus actions?
Nah, because I want to keep my shield of faith up, so I'm just gonna kind of like impose myself between it and the rest of its friends, like,
Okay. Then it is the angry dog's turn. He is going to start with his hoovesies. Because he sees this battle starting to turn. 21.
Hit.
10 damage.
Okay, and he takes. Oh,
He finally made a Constitution saving throw!
well, it was terrible rolls, anyways.
And it only took him rolling a 19. And he is going to use his kicking retreat ability. Which is, it won't let me link it. Cool. When he hits with his hooves, he can disengage his bonus action. He's going to do that. He's going to turn and peace out this way.
How far do you move away?
All 50 feet.
Okay.
And for the sake of him being on the map, I don't know if anyone but Rogue can catch up with him. Yeah, I'm going to put him to the side, but for all intents and purposes, he is.
I can.
Technically, the Kenku can.
Technically, the Kenku can.
And I can.
I can burn 90 feet of movement a turn if I really wanted to.
He can move 100 feet around.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
he
right,
only
'cause he
moved
can
50.
dash
He's
too.
still in my. He's still within my reach.
So he's going to use his turn to fucking haul ass.
Okay. So he's 50 feet away from me right now.
He's 50 feet away from you, right?
Okay. That works.
And it is your turn.
I am going to be like, witch, get back here. I'm gonna move 20 feet closer to him.
So for this sake, we're going to use this upper half of the map to do the chase.
Well, here, so if he was 50, I just have to move back one space. Oh.
So you would be... We're just going to use this upper half of the map for the sake of the chase. So you
Okay.
would be here.
Okay. So with that, I am going to then cast Thorn Whip because it has a range of 30 feet. And if
Okay.
he was 50 feet away, then I can reach it. Crit.
Wow.
Ooh.
And can we see that D20 for the crit table, please? Aga D20 whenever you get a chance.
Oh, I thought he
No,
was
sorry,
rolling
yeah.
real life.
I heard a die roll too. No, I think
Yeah.
he wants 6. Target practice. Standard double damage, and any enemy target within 5 feet of it may make an attack of opportunity against the target. So are you bringing it back within?
You can move
Range?
him back 10. You can move him back... Where's
10
Thorn?
feet.
10 feet.
Okay, so then he would not have any enemies within range, but you do get your normal double damage.
Right. So he takes nice 14 damage.
All right.
And then for my bonus action, I would like to crappity.
Don't worry, chat. There are a lot of crits. That just means they're not going to have them for later.
Will you move my axe here because I don't have control of it?
The axe can move 20 feet. It was behind you, so it can only move about here.
Well, okay, yeah, that was 20 feet from where it was, and then I forgot we swapped. That's
Yeah.
fine. That works. I'll move him there, and that's it. That is
Alright.
my turn.
Rogue. So, just for the record, the creature from you is
Like
80 feet away.
Yeah, you gave me a gun with like a 300-foot range, so...
which is on the ground behind a gravestone right now. Because you did say you dropped it.
Mhm. Sure. Come on, Dubious. Come on, Paladin. Get myself confused. So we clamber our way up out of the grave. We go over. We pick up my gun. We aim. Still well within 300 feet. and we shoot. And we will throw one violent shot on this one, shooting north. BFG 16
Will hit.
will hit. 1 second. Where'd my number go? I apologize. I've lost my note about what the break roll on that one is, because that was naturally
Oh, hold on.
a 6, and I believe violent shot adds a +2, and I can't find if that's a 3 or a 4 for the explodey thing. And I'm looking as fast as I can.
I have it. I have the gunslinger sheet. Bad news, misfires on a 3.
So I am safe by 1.
You are safe by 1.
All right, thank you. So then that is.
Let's keep that number in mind. That that a roll of a 15 is your break.
Yep, I will get that noted better. 1. So 20 points of damage, and then it can make me a save versus the fire.
It will not, as the bullet pierces into the hide of it. You just watch as it blows a massive chunk out the other side as it's running, and it collapses, bawling end over end before going still.
Good job, slowing it down there, artist. And he's something in my throat. And he's frantically reloading, and then he will use his action surge to then turn and fire south at this one that looks like it's somewhat in the clear.
Okay, it has, I'm going to say half cover because you're shooting it past this large tree.
Fair enough. So standard shot, half cover, ploink. 22 to goes down to 17 for half cover or so?
Yeah, that hit. Its AC would go up to 15, but yeah.
And
is it a dex explosive?
DC 16 dex save for the explosion.
That's a 2.
That's a 2, so he takes a total of 15. And then reloading the gun, and then that's that.
Okay, now the hunters. Can't get to you. So he's going to... This one is going to run up behind you. Snap. And both of these kind gentlemen are going to take their spears out. Artoria, this one's going to take a spear out at you.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start with the normal attack on Artoria. So that's an 11 to hit with the first attack, and a 14 to hit with the second attack. That's a big nope.
Nope.
And then Snap, you're having 4 attacks at you at advantage.
They have multi-attack with the spears?
Yes.
Okay.
Multi-attack, then Null makes 2 attacks. Makes 2 melee attacks with its spear, or 2 ranged attacks with its long.
Okay.
So, spear 1.
One moment. Meets.
Spear 2.
Beats.
And then the bottom one, in a terrified display of, oh god, all my friends are dying, oh god, please help us, please help us.
Touch and touch. So all 4 hit.
Swiss cheese.
You better hope that brings me down.
They did not roll great. Okay.
9, 16, 22. Snap is up and still above health. Or above half.
All right, that is all of their actions. Prudence.
She's gonna go for the 2 surrounding snap.
Yep. Hits.
So
Miss.
it's the first one. Then the
Hits.
swinging around.
Ooh.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so these are the first 3. So hit, miss, hit. So 6 and 5. That's 11. This one is dead. And then they swing around.
Hit.
Hit. 6, 11. Dead.
Yay!
What's the crit bonus?
I rolled a 15. Not that it really matters.
Are there any passive
It
effects?
has to
It might.
sit on a restrain save. It fails because it's missing its jugular.
And there's just the sleeping one and the one by Artoria.
He's still taking a snooze for the next 7 rounds.
Yep. Actually, he won't be snoozing past this round.
It's a kind of sleep. It's a forever sleep.
He's taking the big long blink.
Go give him his forever nap.
With pleasure.
With
Because
advantage
this is-
for incapacitated, with advantage for prone. Enjoy.
So sneak attack, and we're just going to dagger. And I think that's all that's going to be needing.
Yeah, he's gone.
And one moment. I moved what, 10? That's 20. That's 45. Fuck it, I'll do so 20, 30. Let's see if I hit Artoria. Because with the offhand, I want to throw the dagger at the other one.
Okay. Are you within the 20 feet?
It'll be long range, so it'll be disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Which is a crit fail.
Please roll a d20.
That is a 19.
Fumble. I don't understand how this one actually works.
Make it so Snap should make a DC 13 Charisma saving throw, or he will back 5 feet away from the target. Surprised at missing, he recoils away from it. If he was right next to it, it might invoke an attack of opportunity. Since he's already such a distance away, it's just moved back 5 feet.
And roll damage anyway. Just
The damage on that
because
one-
you fail,
The damage on that was a 9.
it would have been a 4 because it was your offhand. So
Yep.
Artoria, you take 4 damage.
Oh my god. I think I've been hit by allies an equivalent amount to times I've been hit by enemies.
It's getting there.
Oof. So I take 5 feet back?
You take
5
5 feet
feet.
back.
Yep.
Cool. 5 feet back.
You run forward, you're running, you're like, I'm gonna get this. You trip on a rock, you go, whoa, 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 and you throw the dagger as you
I'm a
stumble
dumbass.
backwards.
I still had my bonus action. I could have dashed.
You stumble backwards as you let the dagger go, and you hear an ah! And you know that sound, and you don't want to look, but you do anyway.
It's okay. Snap's still angry at her this morning for waking him up.
That's true.
She's still angry for getting fucking sapped.
Artoria, there's a dagger in your back.
I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of
Oh,
that bird.
Artoria.
Not really.
Artoria, you got hit.
You're right. Maybe there is an upside to this.
There's
You're
an
lucky,
upside to
punk.
this.
You gave me max charges.
I was
I'm
helping.
helping! I'm helping! Except that said in fluent Elvish.
That means,
And we're gonna pump all 4 of those charges and a smite right into this asshole with just... We're gonna re-roll that, because Great Weapon Master. So that's instead gonna be fucking 14 damage.
roll
Plus
your
that.
d4s.
Plus that. Was that
Are you
only
just
one
using-
d4? Are you joking?
Yeah, that was only
I
1d4.
typed a
But Jesus Christ, your max smite!
Once again, there's no corpse. There's just nothing. He's
A
gone.
fine red mist.
There's you touch him and it's like you don't actually make contact with anything. The glow off the blade is just turning it into a dust before the blade actually hits.
Just standing over the body like... "Ah!" And just taking out the dagger.
It's in that one spot in your back you can't really reach well, especially in armor. So you're like standing there for a little bit going...
So, where'd these assholes come from?
Hey, August! Prue! Extract her the dog and see if it has a staff. Artoria, Snap, check where they came from and see if the staff's down that way. I'll check down here. And he dives in where the skeleton is.
Yeah, Snap's not paying any attention to that. Snap is instead plopping on the ground and starting to scribe out the ritual to bring wind back.
Do you have the incense needed?
I have everything to bring wind back. How many times? 3 more times. So twice
Okay.
after this.
So that'll be an hour. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I'm going to make a miserable attempt at throwing the dagger near Rogue's... Or... fucking the Rogue's feet.
Roll a d20 plus your next modifier.
I'm just gonna hit the dex button. Technically, I'm proficient with daggers.
I want to say technically yes, but knowing your character,
Also, I'm way out of, like, 20 feet is optimal range with it, so... with a throwing knife. Dagger.
so yeah, roll. Just roll a dex check. It gets the 20 feet.
Just that, just looks back up at the bird and just... throws her hands up in the air and starts walking back to the others.
What are the rest of you doing, Aasimar?
Oglisk is gonna take the restorative ointment that he keeps and go around to see if anyone needs some healing.
Prue kind of just like grabs that arrow in her shoulder and pulls it out and throws it down and then kicks it because she's sick of arrows. And it's gonna start.
You're having a very bad experience with arrows.
And it's gonna just start, I guess, poking around on the corpses that still have bodies to see if they're carrying anything. That seems to be pilfered.
Roll an investigation check.
Blah.
Okay, you find a lot of arrows, which you're not happy about. A lot of bows that fired arrows, you're not happy about it either. Some makeshift spears, a lot of shitty leather armor. Across all the remaining corpses, you find 120 gold pieces. Also you find the thing.
I think she's also going to put the coins on them too, because
Just You're just gonna go over every eye and coin them?
Yeah. Just because having these things come back would not be pleasant.
You also find in one of the wrong book. One of the knolls you find. Well, actually, one of the ones that Artoria disintegrated. In the ashes, there is a single arrow that has remained. That didn't get turned to dust. So make of that what you will. I think I yanked out my headset as I was talking. Did you all hear what I said?
So a singular arrow was
Yes.
left. Okay. Identify that later. We'll even put the coins on this thing's eyes. Don't want that to come back.
Roll an Arcana check. Actually, this would be more No, Arcana. Arcana or religion, your choice. So this is something you haven't seen many of, because there aren't many of them. These are a Lacrota.
Which is...
It is a Lacrota is what happens when a hyena is supposed to turn into a gnoll and turns into something much, much worse.
Demon spawn.
They are that role. They are beasts that are commanded by Yinagu.
So would this be like the sort of thing that just got banished? Or is it something that could actually die on this plane?
It's dead. It's most certainly dead. You definitely killed it. It is not a demon. It is a monstrosity.
Okay.
But it is. Let me find the actual description of them. Are they in the book? It is a. According to what you know, and this is deep lore of the Abyss. The Lacruta are made when a hyena eats something that Yinagu himself has killed. They are sentient. They are viciously evil. They kill for fun. And they're able to mimic voices and sounds not unlike the way Snap does.
And Snap has all of his sounds in his repertoire now.
And you did hear him speaking a language. Does anyone speak Abyssal?
I don't think so.
Let me double check. No.
Nope.
Nope.
Some
I
nopes
think like
all
when she
around.
gets like a good look at this thing, like when she's putting the coins on its eyes, she'll just start like spouting this information. rambling on about random facts about this thing because shouldn't be here. Something bigger is happening.
It also reeks to high heaven. There is a
Hyenas
horrible
don't
smell
good.
of, and the closer you get to its mouth, the more the smell exudes. Its breath smells violent.
Well, it's not breathing anymore.
There's just a
Whatever god.
wafting stench of mouth.
Love it.
But you are able to place the coins, and after a few minutes on each corpse, you are comfortably under the impression that they are no longer able to be raised as undead, which is convenient because you do know for a fact that gnolls tend to do that.
Damn, gnolls.
And that all happens over the course of 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
50 minutes to go.
So the direction that these came in as they were creeping towards us, I know they kind of surrounded us, but can we determine where they came from and possibly did the trail go that way with whoever may have taken the staff? Does this all seem to have happened today? It's fresh mud,
Roll an investigation check.
Help.
And a nature check for the mud.
Can I just taste the mud and see how fresh it is?
Sure, make a nature check.
I will help him.
You both eat dirt.
If it gets me out of being the one making the roll.
These graves have not been torn up today. It is not.
There's some gumminess. So
these have been done over weeks. You can see, and it hasn't rained in a bit. You can see that the soil is dried out. It's dirt, not mud. This didn't happen recently. Maybe 2 ago.
Yes, that seems very reasonable.
You see tracks all over. From just the scuffle and the movement. The general idea you get is that they came east and then wrapped around to form a semicircle around you guys. And we're probably trying to all get in positions of cover and then unleash those arrows, but you all seem to notice them before they had a chance.
Well, I'm thinking it seems likely that this is sort of a trap for the Margrave and their supporters. I can't really think of a reason why otherwise they would have disturbed the graves so obviously and then stayed in the area. It certainly seems like more of a bait kind of thing.
You did hear the Margraves say that they were having problems with gnolls attacking caravans.
So once Snap is done plumbing the ether, maybe we should get Isoba and head to the east to find where these gnolls is coming from.
And if you want to take time, Prudence, to cast Identify on that arrow while Snap is busy.
Sure.
It is a +1.
+1 arrow. Does anybody here shoot arrows?
Technically Snap does out of short bows. But he has a light crossbow that he uses primary ranged.
He could have the magic arrow.
By the way, while Rogue was down in the grave with the skeleton, would he have noticed any bones of a draconic nature?
Roll another investigation check.
Do, 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 do.
It all appears to be people bones.
Ish, worthless.
As you dig and lift the rib cage and shift it, in this horrible game of Operation that you're playing, you do notice there are extra bones on the back of this person.
So, using Rogue's intense knowledge of the arcane and weaponsmithing, two things he excels at, would he have any inkling that these bones might be able to be used in some great quantity as a substitute for dragon bone?
Oh dear.
Roll an Arcana at disadvantage.
Oh dear God, you're about to desecrate a body that was just consecrated.
How many half dragons does it take?
Roll an Arcana at disadvantage.
16.
You look at these bones and really stare. You get down, staring, you lifting them and moving them.
I'm like looking through the vertebrae, in one
just-
side out the other.
You bring up one of the and they're long, and these long, nearly hollow, kind of weightless. You hold it, and you sniff it, you lick it. Those aren't dragon bones.
Nah.
These are people. These are weird people bones.
You shush.
You now also look at the what was a skeleton is now a jigsaw puzzle. You've successfully pushed anything above the waist into one pile, and the legs and the hip bone have been pushed in a different pile.
Oh, I mean, he's not stopping there. He's in the grave at this point, so he's making sure there's no additional compartments, like that the relic was actually taken and there's not like a false bottom. So he's got like all the bones jammed into one corner, and he's like banging on the bottom of the grave with
You
the
all
butt of his
look,
gun.
and Paladin has a femur bone in his mouth.
Oh dear God.
Rorf.
Rogue! What are you doing to that grave?
And you're just seeing bones come flying out of it. So I was like, these are useless. Get them out of my way.
Get out of there now.
You find no false bottom. However, you do find an inscription in a language you cannot read.
Don't make me take you out of that grave.
Hey,
Violet.
come on, Paladin. These old bones, their marrow's all dried up anyway.
Paladin looks at Artoria and just places the bone at her feet.
She'll just take it and she'll go to try and gently place it back in the coffin, and with just all the bones all scattered and messed up,
You see Rogue get a
places it down.
3-step running start, and then he plants his rifle at the base of the thing and just sort of vaults himself up.
Just roll a d20.
Why would I roll a d20?
Just roll a d20.
That's a d29. Hang on.
That's d29. Good roll.
It's a special kind of roll.
Okay. You don't bend the ever-living shit out of the barrel as you use it to vault.
Well, of course not. This thing weighs 3 times as much as I do. Pulls the gun back out.
Prudence, you watch this rogue uses the explosive piece of technology as a hoist.
See, that's why I made a grappling hook.
Showed. Did you get the stuff extracted from the thing?
Instantly changes topic.
I've got enough vials now.
You probably don't want to extract that.
Oh, okay.
Just based on the Arcana roll made, Prudence, you probably don't want essence of Lacruta.
Nothing good could be made with this.
There's you're looking at that creature and you're staring at it and you're remembering all the stories of how these things are just basically evil incarnate. There's nothing that you guys will want that thing can produce.
Speak for yourself.
If you're interested, those potions that can be made from its essence are how you make more gnolls.
Ooh.
What if injected into other people?
Do you want gnolls? Because this is how you get gnolls.
How does it make gnolls out of humans whenever gnolls are hyenas?
It's violent and twists and corrupts until they are not human anymore.
Subnulls.
Would it make them very violent first?
Probably.
See? I'm thinking toxins and poisons.
If you want it, you can do it.
Like...
But nothing good is going to come out of this.
This would be of Prue's own volition, because
No,
Snap
because she's
right
starting
now
to
is
think
currently
more along the lines of this could be what's causing like why we had to set people on fire. You know, like.
Yeah, could this sort of extract be what is afflicting the town?
Roll roll a religion check. This would be religion.
I don't have that. Well, I sort of have that.
I will help somebody with it, but I
You want to help me with it and give me a 23? You can converse.
Maybe.
It's a halfling.
It's possible that this is either a cause or or aiding in creation of ghouls.
If it was... Sorry, this is... Never mind. I'm going to shut up because I'm doing ritual stuff right now.
Can anyone tell she about how we might expect to be traveling, in pursuit of where these gnolls has come from?
Just for the record, when I say east, you're all about here.
Where?
Sorry.
Orange dot. Got it.
Gotcha.
East
Okay.
being there's not much east.
There's a very limited amount of terrain.
Okay. Got it.
There's a very limited amount of east you could possibly go. But as you resummon wind, and you gather up whatever you wish, Artoria, you may want to get the bodies of the gnolls out of a graveyard.
Yeah, gonna definitely remove those, because that is very disrespectful to have those be there.
This is the first time that he has resummoned wind in front of the group.
You all watch as a small tear in reality opens up in front of Snap, just enough for a owl to poke its head out and flap its way out, and the tear closes.
Oh, hey, that's good.
If we want to burninate those gnolls in a pile, she could test out her flamey thing
Ooh.
that she made.
Burninate you do.
Yes.
There is nothing quite as flammable as Knoll. They're very furry and also very greasy.
So she essentially made a flame.
Nice.
A fire spitter.
Nice. By the way, Og, I will take you up on the offer of your healing balm. And do we get the benefits of a short rest?
I will say in the effort of... Well, yeah,
Snap
you
would
did
not
about...
get the short rest, but everybody.
You did about half hour before everyone stopped. I will say if you wanted to, you could all take collectively an hour to sit back and rest and recover.
Sure.
And that will push us to about 2 o'clock-ish in the middle of the day. Or, no, 1 o'clock. Call it 1 o'clock.
And the amount of land between us and the ocean, how long would it take us to walk to the ocean if we chose to, roughly?
The rest of the day, maybe?
Okay.
A little less than that.
So
A
5 to
fair,
6 to 8 hours, whatever it is. Okay.
maybe about 4 hours.
Okay.
And we still have horses and shit, yeah?
Still have what, sorry?
Horses?
No, you didn't get... You left your horses, or you cut your horses off to go through the forest.
In that case...
They are well trained, however, and on their way back to Dim.
But we will pick up with where you guys decide to go, whether it's back into town or straight towards the beach, in our next session, because it is midnight.
Yay!
Yep.
Yay!
And I have
And
a
we
on
leveled!
me.
Rogue, the healing for the ointment is 2d8 plus 2.